Hello, y'all. Uh, Bit of technical trouble up top. Turns out my timer thing that I used to start the stream broken today, so that's fun. Different timer today, maybe on Friday as well. We'll see what happens. Hey, this is Conker, live and reloaded, the playthrough that we're doing on Tuesdays from here on out. I'm gonna be starting that tonight, and if you don't know what it is, well, first off, I'll tell you what Conker is. Conker's Bad Fur Day was a platform character mascot platformer. There's the genre. A mascot platformer from the middle of the end, really, of the N64 era. Just tripping over all my words here. The end of the N64 era from Rare that happens to be incredibly crude, offensive, dirty, M-rated, and you know, when Microsoft bought Rare, they had them remake it on Xbox, the original Xbox, which is the version that we have here tonight. You can see that the opening video that just played kind of emphasizes that whole Xbox liveliness, you know, like it emphasized like, oh yeah, you can go online, and it's sort of like a crap Team Fortress 1. This was before Team Fortress 2, so that should give you some idea about how old it is. And like, you know, to be clear, it was always very janky and not especially good, the online was, and certainly like people nowadays would look back on that and go like, they should have just taken the online from the N64 game and brought it onto the thing, you know. People don't appreciate the original online that they did here very much. I kind of liked it though, I'll say. I played through, you know, this was the first version of the game that I got, and I played a lot of it online, actually, surprisingly. I did online multiplayer with a whole crew that were into Rare games specifically. So for us, the fact that it was Conker from the studio that we loved was like a big part of the draw. And also we were teenagers, a lot of us at that time, you know. We were younger then than we are now, you know. As a group, as a society, as a whole, you know. Time... What you spent your summers as a 17-year-old, you know, a couple years into the 360 era. I don't know if they were the same things that I did, but I bet you've had your stupid little corners that were into some, like, weird shit sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, I'll say let's just like really set this up. There's things about this game that are improved with this Xbox version, to be clear. Most especially the shooter portions, you know. It's an online shooter, and multiplayer-wise, it's big, by and large, an online shooter. So naturally, the parts where you play it as a shooter is like, yeah, no, this is now post-Halo, and they figured out how twin-stick controls work. They didn't have, like, the, you know, left trigger, right trigger stuff of, like, later games yet. That wasn't a thing, but, you know, it's better than N64 style, which was all left stick and maybe C buttons if you're lucky, which, yeah, just wasn't the right... In retrospect, it was obvious that, like, yeah, no, that's not it. Not it at all. But still was the best you could have at the time. I'll say, like that part is better. What's worse, unfortunately, it's the platforming stuff, and in particular, dealing with enemies before there are guns, because the online has this whole, like, melee system, right, where every character... It's class-based, right? Every character has a melee weapon, so they felt like it would be good to sort of have the melee weapons work like that in the main game, so when you need to pull out a melee weapon, you have to hit a button and it switches into melee mode, which is sort of like it's sort of like a third-person shooter melee, compared to just, like, you know, hitting B and going bam bam, I hit you with a thing. they also added a bunch of the worst enemies imaginable everywhere just to make sure that you had reason to use the melee, which, that's extra bad. But at the same time, you know, it is a beautiful version of the game, relatively, for the time. It is the best looking version, you know, depending on your what you think of Xbox era fur effects, GameCube era fur effects. But it is the highest fidelity version that was ever made, despite it not being SD, you know. And I'll say, like, I'm curious, like, how the humor hits after 20 years, you know? Like, are we going to go in here and find, you know, all its bullshit to be incredibly cringe, incredibly like, ooh, hey, woohoo, you know? Or are we gonna laugh with the game at, like, its stupid bullshit? This is a game with a lot of stupid bullshit, and, get ready, folks. If you don't know this game, I don't know what the... You'll see. This is gonna be fun for those who are just... If y'all are blind on this, don't know what's gonna happen, that's great. I'm happy for you, and happy to show y'all what's up. I'll say my plan for tonight, I'm thinking we'll probably get to Great Mighty Poo. That is my goal for tonight, to get through the first 2 areas, get to Great Mighty Poo. I don't know how long that's gonna take. We might go further. That might be a optimistic goal, but that is my aim for tonight, to get to Great Mighty Poo, at least. I'll also say 2 things up front. 1, follow up on the health stuff. Friday, I was having some health stuff going on. Friday morning, I messed up my eye real good. I got LASIK a couple weeks ago, and apparently it got really dry overnight and sort of scratched itself real bad. And that morning, I was just like in such pain, and you know, even by the time of the stream, I was going back and forth of like, well, should I do it? Should I not? I'll say since then, since that Friday, my eyes have been feeling great. They have been like on the mend, you know, and there's no worries about them right now, at least during daylight hours. Definitely still a concern in the morning when I wake up and it's like, ooh, they feel all, you know, crusted and stuff from being closed all night. Yeah, you know, that sometimes happens if you have like a red eye or something. It's like, it's kind of like that, little bits. And my concern is like, oh well, you know, in the morning, that was when I ripped it in the first place, scratched it in the first place. So I guess I'll say, like, I'm not entirely out of the woods yet, but so long as it's daytime hours, I'm feeling pretty good right now, and my vision is starting to, like, get back up to snuff. I feel like it's getting better. It's definitely getting better, slowly and surely, and I feel pretty good. Got that contact lens they put in on Friday out this morning. It was no big deal. No big deal at all. When I was coming home from that on Friday, and I was just like so out of it, I was just like, okay, who's gonna drive me to the thing on Tuesday? But you know, that was how I was feeling. Just like, oh man, I'm just gonna be laid up for days, huh? Whereas like the reality was like, no, by the next day I was fine to drive, and it was cool. It was no big deal at all. It was nice, honestly. Second, some other stuff happened. You know the expression, it never rains, but it pours? Well, the weather has been pretty bad here in the DFW area recently, and, well, I sprung a leak in my ceiling yesterday. So, like, as my eyes have been getting better, it's just like, oh, god damn it, now I have to wait for the repair guys to find the time to, like, send the specialized contractors or some shit, and they haven't fixed it yet, and I'm a little concerned because there's more weather incoming. I'm just very lucky that it didn't destroy anything. It was dripping right onto one of my Xbox controllers. It was dripping right onto my desk when I noticed it. Like, late night Sunday, well after the stream I did on Sunday for the Xbox event. That was annoying. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Other stuff has been going on as well. I'll say I do have some cards tonight to discuss like some relevant topics, but not everything. I figured that there's not gonna be that much time to discuss everything under the sun, so take a look at these. I ordered a bunch of socks. They accidentally sent me an extra pack. I got free socks here. This was free. 6 pairs of socks, no money. I didn't pay for them. That's all. Moving on. Let's, folks, let's get into this. Let's start the game. New game. That's an ugly-ass load screen, but what are you gonna do? You know, the original game didn't have load screens. I guess that's going to be a thing that we're going to see here. I'll say, by the way, this playthrough is part of a whole series of playthroughs I've been doing, where I've been replaying rare games in a randomized order. And this is like, what, the fifth? The fifth one of those? And we haven't done the original Conker Bad Fur Day yet, so that'll be sometime in the future. So it'll be fun when we get around to that to compare the two. I think the audio is cleaner on this version. Like, there's a little bit more whine on the original. So you see here, there's Conker. He's very visibly sad, distraught, angry. This is sort of a story-heavy game, so pay attention. Let's let the game speak for itself. How's the audio? If anyone has any comment on the audio, I'd appreciate it. I am Conker the King.
Well, there I am. Conker the King. King of all the land. Who'd have thought that?
Played this game a bunch of times as a kid and otherwise. As a teen, you know. These lines are iconic, right?
Story. Come closer, and I'll tell you.
It all started yesterday.
What a day that was.
Iconic.
It's what I call a bad fur day.
Oh, I forgot that they literally call it Bad Fur Day, even though it's Live and Reloaded. The single player is still called Bad Fur Day, even if the box says Live and Reloaded. It's both the Live and the Reloaded. So he has Barry's his girlfriend. She is very what do the British say? She is very well fit. That's what the British say, right? I'm not making that up.
Hi, you've reached, Barry's place. I'm not available to answer the phone, obviously. However, if you leave your, name and number and you sound cute, I may ring you back. Ciao.
Hi, Barry. Hello?
I like the diegetic audio.
Hello?
The bar music.
Anyway, look.
I'm gonna be a bit late.
This game has some good music.
They're off tomorrow to some, I don't know, fight.
Gotta say.
somewhere.
Gotta
Anyway.
credit for that.
I'll see ya. Love you.
Audio is good, says Rock Party. Excellent.
I think she bought it. Conker. put
So,
the phone down.
he is of drinking age at this point in his life,
What is it? Yeah. What?
and able to star in a M-rated video game. He previously, before this, starred in a Game Boy Color game that was very much a kid's
I
game.
don't feel so good now. You guys enjoy yourself and all that, and I'll probably see you sometime next week. I gotta go
The
home.
camera just did a little shake. That wasn't because of the game. That was because,
No, that's
I don't know, the camera's been doing that
Yeah,
recently.
that's better.
I wish it would stop.
Oh, it didn't look too good tonight.
So he gets lost on his way home from the bar, and the whole adventure just starts off. Just goes from there. Him trying to find his way home, and also do other stuff.
Sorry about that, old chap. Gotta go.
I've said it before. A weird thing about Conker's Bad Fur Day is that Conker himself is not, like, the most swearing-ass motherfucker in the game. Right? Like, a lot of the foulness comes from more
Make it out. Anyway,
everyone else just having the
it's to me.
saying things. You know, you saw in that scene, he kind of has like a
Huh? What's that?
regular person personality, albeit one who likes to drink, which, like, yeah, no, that's not uncommon in fiction. Like, the professor that we're about to meet here is a lot more foul-mouthed than Conker. This version, they do the bleeps. I forget. I think in the original Bad Fur Day version, it's just straight up, you know, uncensored. Is that another instance where we can call it raw dogged? You know,
Milk. Cyan.
raw dog, swearing. Raw dog is a very versatile term. So that's the Panther King, the antagonist. You can see he's in the chair that we will eventually sit in. And, his table's all fucked up. The load screens between each scene feel really weird. I forgot that there were those, but it makes total sense, you know, considering obviously games on discs have to load.
It's gonna be one of those days.
I have the original Xbox version in my Xbox Series X right now, by the way. If you're wondering, don't have a digital copy of this game, just the physical. And it wasn't part of Rare Replay because they put the original one in Rare Replay, which is how we'll play that when it comes time to. Oh wow, they made this. So in the original game, this is just one of those differences. I do believe you had to, like, walk around the whole fucking paddock. In this game, you can go in this entrance to talk to him. Save you a minute of, like, drunk walking. This is Beardy.
Can you help me? I need to get home and go to bed because I don't feel very well at all.
No.
Oh, so you can't help me at all.
Actually, yes, I can. Maybe.
Okay.
I like this
Beardy.
Beard.
exchange.
You haven't got a beard.
No. Birdie. I scare birdies.
Okay, Birdie.
I like how awkward it is.
Can you help me?
Beardy, you haven't got a beard.
Step over here.
I think about you haven't got a beard. That line, probably more than most people. And remember it probably more than most people. Do people remember Beardy? But you haven't got a beard. Other than me?
Context sensitive.
This is one of the first scenes in the game. Probably people might remember this scene.
Press B.
Press B.
Oh yeah. The light comes on. And it makes
Ting.
a noise. Ting.
Ting, ting noise.
Ting noise. Guys, ting. There, look.
Is this whole stream gonna be me, like,
That's it.
Yeah.
talking people's lines before they say it? Maybe. I know that you can take out the, like,
I don't mind if I do.
you can take out, like, some helium, and he'll do it.
So, what does that mean?
It means it's context sensitive.
Context sensitive. It's sensitive to context. Try it over there.
Okay.
So you can do it again. Try it again here. Helium. What does he say? He says something like, you think you're a wise guy or something. No, he says really nice helium. What about this one?
Don't mind if I do. Very, very much. I'm gonna go to bed now. Nay.
That's fair. And now we're out of context-sensitive things to say. Excellent. The camera is normal style, left is left, right is right. Good. A lot of games of this era were the other way, you know. Inverted XY, as we would call it now. Like Mario 64, Sunshine, etc. Inverted.
It would seem to me that these games
There you go.
just
There's the
what I
idea.
need at that moment in time.
That's what
Huh.
context-sensitive means.
Context sensitive. Clever. Hmm?
It's a pretty good way to have, like, a relatively simple character.
And by the way, if for whatever reason you want to skip
Not gonna-
all these wonderful cutscenes,
No.
just pull the left trigger.
Oh, okay. If we die.
You have to have watched them at least once.
Yeah, if we die, we can skip a bunch as we want. See, now we can run around. Basically, Conker has, like, just a few moves. He has a jump, he has a hover, he has a duck jump. That's about it. But with context-sensitive malarkey, you know, there can be a good number. Oh yeah, and he can pull out a melee weapon, which is kind of shit.
Oh,
Shit! Don't skip the lines. Don't skip the lines. I was kind of expected A to just, like, advance it by one. Damn it. But what he said was like, oh, well, I'm thinking now. I have, like, a propeller-y hover thing, and I also have a duck jumpy hover thing. It's not the most important dialogue in the world, but we ought to... I'm learning. I'm, getting better. Any future dialogue, hands fucking off. That was A button. Maybe thoughts are different from cutscenes, where you can skip them a lot more easily. So, you see that guy? He's a tough motherfucker. We could go talk to him.
Who's this guy?
He's gonna say, like,
I
no.
think you're coming this way. You can think again.
Oh, you're a real charmer. I just want to get past, please.
No, I don't think so. I've only just got comfy. Have you ever sat on a piece of Gothic architecture for 200 years? Gets right up your ass, you know. Thought it was about time to move on to a bridge, say. And I'm not moving now.
Isn't it a little bit early in the day to start talking about Gothic architecture?
I still don't know what that line
Come a bit closer. We can
quite
discuss
means,
things
but I
alone.
think it's funny. The Gothic architecture line. Game's a bit low. It's not any music now, but okay. There was definitely some loud music, like in the. When the music gets cranking, we'll see how it's all the levels are, but we'll crank it a little bit. It's important to hear the characters talking. So this key is like, I don't... You can't melee good yet.
Hang on a second. This is really no good at all.
So
I need
speaking
a
of
weapon.
really not good at all,
That should do it.
the melee system
Mighty
in the live and reloaded version that we're playing here tonight.
frying pan. here's the score. Press the B button to equip and put away. Then, once equipped, pull the right.
Yeah. So you take it out, and then you can. Here's problem.
Yes, great. I thought the designer said this was just a straight port. What a hack. Now.
And by the way, lamp shading it doesn't make it better. So here's the shitty thing. You have to take out your weapon, and then you have to, like, do a 3-hit combo on each of these guys to, like, kill them. And it's really annoying. And they've added, like, a bunch of these guys, like, everywhere in the platforming sections just to make it so, like, oh, you have to engage in the melee if you want to, have a good time. Even the tutorial got some enemies rather than just, like, hit a key, and then there you go. It sucks. It's not good. And, you know, while this game is a lot better when it gets to the first-person shooters parts, like this part here, crap, garbage, no, bad. Or, you know, specifically when those guys show up, I'll say it's still mostly a port of the original game, as, Conker indicated there. It is still mostly just the original, but you know, they had to screw it up a little bit. Lamp shading it does not make it better. That's just an ironclad rule of game design there.
A frying pan. You stupid little.
Oh, also they bleeped the word
Fall off here?
the start with a T.
Weren't you meant to fall off here?
And did a little bit of meta humor.
But the designer thought it wise to change the training level a bit.
The rest of the game isn't so much
The
changed.
audience into thinking that the rest of the game would also be different. I'm afraid you'll have to try something else.
Yeah, so
Well, lucky I brought this as well in.
Ouch.
okay.
Hey, Mr. Designer. No more surprises, please.
Suffice to say, after this point, there's no more surprises, and also, like, you know, to the point where when they were thinking, like, oh, we gotta re-release Conker, they said, just put the N64 version out. That's the version that people
Plunger with
want.
dynamite. I think I know what's gonna happen now.
What might be a bit generous. Whatever.
Fantastic. Let's go and get some shut-eye. Finally.
That's the tutorial area of Conker's live and reloaded version of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yippee! Like the evil professor character, you know? Audio still good? I'm still, like, way louder, right? Always good to check.
Professor.
Yeah, even when they're talking.
Welcome.
Good. Okay.
I have a job for you. As you can see, the table.
Oh, yes, the table.
The table, yes. So,
I forgot he had a German.
that's not
You gotta change all the these for a Z's.
Look at its file. Yes, I think I see the problem. I will see you for some. Just give me a moment, though. I'll come back later.
Don't be too
That guy's a bit foul-mouthed.
I will be as quick as I can, sir.
Just a bit.
happened last time.
On it well. I'll go now.
I don't want to have to get the duct tape out again.
Yes. Wait, no. I don't want you to get the duct tape out again. Goodbye. Goodbye. Duct tape. I'll get him a duct tape. I'll come down here. I'll show him what the duct tape is. I'll show him where to stuff it. Stupid. All I do all day is trying to sort his stupid problems out of Anyway, so what were we? The milk, the table. What shall I do? What shall I do with this? Clean slate. Yeah, clean slate. This, anti-gravity chocolate is kind of working. That's voodoo. I'm gonna know that.
All right. So here we are in like the first part of the game. Windy? Is Windy like a segment, a chapter, or is this like just the hub? Anyway, we made it to the hub. Can you get the foul language to toggle? Unfortunately, there is no... It is all bleeped out in this version. So, you know, you will not hear them saying words that, It's all bleep this, bleep that in this version, unfortunately, which is, I think, one of the worst parts. Also, again, see these guys who are just like everywhere now and are fucking insufferable. I do not like these guys. I don't know if there was any point in like cleaning up the language of this game, but they felt they wanted to or something. It's funny to think that Microsoft gave them less of a leeway than Nintendo did. But I also reckon that Nintendo just didn't give a fuck.
Okay, calm down. I'll go and get it for you. Now where is it?
Oh, just follow the signs. Oh, whatever.
So we gotta go get a beehive, and that will involve, like, walking this way, and, you know, walking back. We should probably kill this guy, because we're gonna have to come back through here with a, beehive in tow. And kill this guy as well. Meanwhile, I do have a number of cards that I can discuss tonight that I want to, touch on. Number of games that I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of games, folks. First off, I gotta start off by saying, I did end up grabbing a micro SD Express card for pretty cheap. So that's been a thing with the Switch 2 launch that's been a little bit awkward, is that, Switch memory cards, they use a new memory format that is not quite proprietary, but is pretty uncommon. And as a result, the prices are a bit high. And it turns out Walmart is selling them for like half the price. Like half the price. So like I was able to get 512 gigabits of like micro SD Express storage for like $60 from the Walmart, which, you know, I'll take it for now, and that's really helpful in, like, you know, I'll be able to download some bigger games like Hitman and not have to worry about updates or whatever. And also, I just installed, like, all my Switch 1 games that I wanted possibly to maybe play, like I did on my Switch 1, versus just having to be, like, you know, what's the word, having to just be like, oh, I can only install, like, the 5 games I really want to play. Like, no, that's not the case now. Here's this bit. If you're looking for one of those, Walmart is where you need to go. Highly recommended. I think I'll probably get a bigger one eventually when it comes out, when they come out with ones that are like terabits big, terabits large. Like, if I can get an 8 terabyte one, I'll be covered for life, I think. Feel like that was harder in the original game, but I'm probably thinking of the later segments where that comes back a second time. We're still 100% good, right? Yeah, no, that sounds... It's supposed to sound a little bit loud to me. I'm louder.
Eat lead, mother buzzer.
this area for now is more of a tutorial.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Squirrel. And none of this would have happened if it weren't for that no-good husband of mine. He's gone off, you know, with another woman. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. What? Nothing. Anyway, as a reward for your
That
good
doesn't
service
surprise
to
me.
the bee community, I present you with this.
Money!
Somebody call for me.
An important thing to know about Conker is he loves cash money, and he says a funny little quip whenever he gets some. Cash prizes.
Yeah, cash prizes.
I know this game! I haven't played it in many, many years.
Looks like one of them Skittles.
Probably like a decade, maybe.
Alright, well, wait till he comes up here, alright.
Okay then, yeah.
He has a lot of lines for cash money. Cash prizes is only one of them.
Mr. Scarecrow Birdie.
Yeah.
Right. What seems to be the problem? Oh yeah. You need manual. Otherwise,
I don't know why we need manual for this, honestly.
cost you.
Oh, how much?
Got any Mepsi pucks?
What?
Don't matter.
There's like a line or two here.
I think,
This part here.
$10. Long time. You'll have manual long time.
Feel like that ages like dirt. That particular, like...
Manual. Just press
Would you
B.
call that a meme? That line? Just like,
Get me out of here.
yeah, no, that's just a phrase people thought was funny
I wanna go back
in the
there.
90s.
Hurry up. Okay, suits me.
Not so much nowadays. On the other hand, someone saying, yeah, cash prizes is not bad. That's still
It's for the more complex.
charming, if not funny.
It'll appear the first time you use a more complex.
Yeah, okay, well, we don't actually need... You know what, there's no jokes in that part, so let's just aim, and you know what I'll say? This uses, right stick controls, which... is, you know, an improvement over left stick controls, I suppose. Like you'll find in the original. I reckon the last time I replayed this game, probably around the time of Rare Replay, that'd be when I bet I was the last time I gave it, like... And it wasn't this version, either. When I gave the original version a full replay. So it's been like a decade. But... I know this game pretty damn well because, you know, Rare game. I was really into these as a teen.
Smells a bit hooey. Let me see.
We're gonna go both ways eventually, but if we go that way, we just find that they're closed for now. So the actual way forward is to go into this map painting, which is not the most convincing effect, but it's fine. It's time for Barnyard Boys? Barnyard Boys? Is that what this part is called?
So, what is it?
So we're heading into Barnyard Boys.
We have
As soon as this cutscene with this guy
in the glass
happens,
broken. I see the problem. Oh,
we all see the problem, so
seems to be a I must do some
gap.
experiments, I think.
yes.
Yeah. And we will sort this out. And when my head is happy, then, my lord, we will see who uses the duct tape.
Anyway, after this load screen, it'll be time for Barnyard Boys? Does it have a name thing somewhere that shows like, oh yeah, this is called Barnyard Boys in the chapter select? I'll check on the... I'll check that later, make sure that the timestamp is labeled correctly. These guys are fucking... Annoying. So, we need to go feed the rat some cheese. Oh, we gotta talk to this guy and get the dialogue, otherwise we won't know why we need to get the rat some cheese.
You better get this fat-ass bitch off of my back pronto.
Gee, so many people around here want me to solve their problems. What are you gonna do for me, then?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
I feel this is the first character who has asked him to do anything.
I'll help you out. Just maybe.
But he is in a character
Just one more thing.
mascot platformer, so that makes sense.
Name, Jack, and everything'll be just dandy.
I mean, I guess, like, probably by the time of, like, Banjo-Tooie, for instance, that game, which came out before this one, was also probably pretty self-aware about, like, haha, it's kind of funny, everyone's asking for these two help. You know, just unprovoked. Like, what's up with, that? We're dead. This is a iconic scene. So it's game over, we're going to hell now, basically. Is it, how...
Conker! Yes, you, boy. You're dead. You are dead. Deader than I.
I can't be asked for this bloody ridiculous contraption. Whose idea was this anyway? Right. Hello. My name's Greg, the Grim Reaper. Don't laugh.
Aren't you a little short to be a Grim Reaper?
Well, how many Grim Reapers have you met before, mate? What am I supposed to look like?
Conker's about to say, good point and well made.
Now, let's see. Ah, yes.
The squirrel.
Surname?
The Squirrel.
The squirrel. Oh, blasted.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
Hell, you would have to be a sodding squirrel, wouldn't you?
Why, is there a problem with that?
We get 9 lives, basically.
Like those bloody cats are such a pain in the ass. You're one of these special cases.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently, according to the powers that be, I'm just doing my job. I do what I'm told. I don't even get paid very much. Apparently, squirrels can have as many lives as they think they can get away with.
Oh, I see. So I'm not dead.
You're dead, but not quite.
Right. Well, I'll be off then.
Just you wait, smart ass. You don't get out of it that easily.
Ugh.
Now, the thing is, you may not be dead, but that doesn't mean you can't die.
We have
Have
lives.
a few more, shall we say,
Chances.
Yeah, like cats. I hate those things. Right.
I don't...
Distributed around your little
Was the original voice
world
this
of these
high-pitched?
tail things.
Feel like it was originally a little less high-pitched, but...
I'll give you an extra chance.
No.
Understand?
That's just my memory of it.
Well, sounds a bit strange, but okay.
Like, it sounds...
It's the best bloody deal you're going to get, you little...
It sounds like on helium.
That's it. Piss off. I've got some cats.
I thought it was just a normal high voice
I hate those bloody
originally.
cats. Where they meow and they piss
I don't know, don't quote me on that.
smells just bloody awful.
Did they just censor the word piss? They might have done. Bitch. Fat ass. Those don't need to get, censored. Piss? Maybe he said fucking or something, I don't know. You can't die here. It's fine. Ugh. Those just say he's fucking dead on the gravestones. How come the gravestones are allowed to say fucking, but the characters aren't? Maybe it's like, you know, PG-13, you know, you get one non-sexual F. You know, you're allowed... If they spent... First off, that's not how game ratings work. Second off, this is rated M. If they had spent, like, this game's one F on a gravestone, that would be ridiculous. No. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to just be like, oh, Microsoft didn't see that, so we just slipped it in there. You know, that is the thing you hear about Rare of this era, right? Is that they were just trying to get away with whatever they could and slip things by Nintendo as much as they could manage, even in like the Banjo games, even in like their Donkey Kong efforts. You know, famously, the frog Winky. Apparently, in Britain, Winky can mean penis. And that is also why Grunty is named Winky Bunyan. Because they thought it would be funny to name her that based on British slang. So, like, Conker is, like, makes sense when you think about that. So it comes out of that era and them just going like, yeah, let's just go for it. Sure. Go all the way with it. How can I talk to this guy? I'm supposed to mention a name. Did it undo the cutscene when we died? That would be weird, considering that it's not like time went back in time or nothing.
I say, little
Oh wow, it did undo the cutscene. Go figure. Okay, well, whatever. So we died, and then we went back in time? I guess Greg can, like, turn back time a little bit as well. That's how this works?
Hi, you must be Bert.
I'm Bert.
Jack sent me.
I'm opening the gate for you here, and you can get on with whatever that you're trying to do.
I think this part is...
That's all you do? Great.
Yeah, he opens the gate. I think this part is maybe one of the more haunting parts of this game. You get this talking cheese, right, that's hopping around, jumping, and you just carry it back to this rat. And all the while, the cheese is just begging for its life. Just saying, no, no, please don't! No! No, don't! And then you feed it to the mouse, the rat,
Nice. Ooh, I'd like another though, if that's okay.
and he's like, yeah, thank you. Get me some more. And you just have to do that. I guess that's, you know, a lot of these games have like collectibles, inanimate objects with eyes. This one just plays on that, like, to the logical conclusion of that, which I feel like is a more of a thing now than then. You know, it's actually kind of like, you know, you think about like Angry Tree Friends or some shit where it's like, ooh, yeah, you know, you think this is gonna be
Marvelous.
marvelous.
You just about do it.
You think it's gonna be like cute and wholesome, but it's like, no, it's disturbing instead. It's the other thing. You know, nowadays that's more common, but you know, very of the era, I guess. Tree Friends was like right after this. Like maybe around the same time of this remake. How about another card? I replayed chapters 1 and 2 of Deltarune. That's right, last night in fact, I went through both chapter 1 and 2 of Deltarune in order to like get ready for chapter 3 and 4, which are also out now.
Oh no! I think I've had too much!
Oh, speaking of things that aren't so wholesome. Yeah, he just explodes. He's still moving. Isn't he at the end of the game? I think he's at the end of the game. He'll be fine.
couldn't have lasted a
In the
moment longer.
intro that they already showed, I think he was there.
Squirrel. Now, there's something real neat inside that barn. You just gotta get in there, sonny.
So that was fun. Deltarune, Chapter 1 and 2, still as good as I remember. And I'll say, like, my big takeaway playing them both back to back is that, yeah, I remember 2 being, like, the place where it really kicks off, and I still stand by that. I think that 2 really, like, kicks it up a notch, really, like, starts introducing some things that give it some structure, giving you an idea of, like, okay, where the hell is this going? You know? Where is this game going? What sort of, like, structure can we expect on a chapter-by-chapter basis? As well as, like, you know, having some extremely funny stuff that, you know, the first chapter is, like, pretty like, standalone, right? But the second, like, just clearly is like, okay, you know, it introduces all its characters and has, like, a full story arc with all of them. Which is why it was okay that it was like, okay, here's episode 1, and then nothing for like 5 years or 3 years or something. You know, in the same way, episode 2 introduces more characters, pulls more characters into the plot, and has an arc with them, and that was pointless, huh? We're fine, don't worry about it. Tell me the barn's still open. We'll see, I guess. They pull in more characters, they do more stuff with it, and it's great. And I'm hoping that 3 and 4 continue that trend. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure that, like, you know, having just seen it again, seen the ending, and relive that, it's like, okay, well, I know 2 characters who are going to be in it. One who was there at the time when the well opened, you know, the thing happened, and another one who supposedly is on their way, you know, based on the cutscenes right before the end of the game. Barn's still open, good. Let's go in. Deltarune's fucking great, looking forward to playing the next 2 parts, probably like tomorrow, Thursday maybe? I'm thinking I would like to just knock those out.
Hey, you.
Because it is a phenomenal, phenomenal thing.
Real neat inside this barn.
Unless some guys jumping around sticking of hay is
Some guys jumping around
real neat,
sneaking a horse
which of
feed
course it
in.
isn't.
Which, of course, it isn't.
This is pretty neat.
This is pretty neat.
So, yeah, those guys. There's some hay. We're trapped in there with them.
Hey, Frankie.
I don't know why the big block wanted us to come in here.
I think it's your turn to kick his. Is it his turn?
Yeah,
Seems a little random.
Yeah, Frankie, go and kick his ass. Go on, kick his ass.
I ain't kicking it, but it's always my turn to kick their asses.
Frank, just get over there and kick his ass, Frankie, for sake.
Yeah, go over there, kick his ass.
Conker has some pretty good.
Yeah, you don't kick ass.
I'm a paint pot anyway. I'm a paint pot. Go kick his ass.
Okay, I'll kick his ass. I'm not going over there. He can come over here.
Okay. Hey, here he comes. Quick. Just
You can come over here. That's yeah. Once we get over here, he's gonna say his lines, and like you know, they're like iconic. I like the lines that he says, and Conker has some good like wise ass remarks.
What the damn diddly squat are you doing in my
Were your parents related, like before they were married?
Hurry, boy.
Is one of his lines.
21st century.
I don't
Be the next
fucking
one.
recollect liking your type. Therefore, I conclude that I was gonna kick your butt all around this barn like there's no tomorrow. I was gonna stick my big fork right in yours.
Were your parents related, like before they were married?
Right. That's it.
Could I be saying all the lines that I remember? Probably not. Anyway, we just lure him around and we get them to get him to kill all the haze. We're still good on volume, right? Even when the music is cranked.
Hey, I know your game.
Check. Yeah, that's fine. So this is good. This is a good part of this game. You know, we're not melee attacking anyone. We don't have to, like, deal with first-person melee combat that replaced, you know, regular... Ooh, this frame rate. Not great, but whatever. It's fine. I know that... Trying to think. Did they, like, do any, like, up-resing? That sort of thing? You know, like, when you play some... Like, GameCube Online. When you do that, it's up-resed. It's up-resed when you do GameCube Online, N64 Online, whatever. But I don't think they did any of those sorts of enhancements here. I guess, like, frame rate would be the one you get for free, because, like, yeah, it's just... Make the, you know... Like, Switch does that even when... Unless it, you know, was set to dip. Intentionally. Which isn't how it works. It's a whole situation.
And that is the shittest, crappiest, shittest kick-ass I've ever
They can't say shit.
Yeah, that was pretty crap. As kicking ass goes, it was abysmal.
I always like this character design. The brush.
Yeah, he sure is.
With the paint on the bottom.
Because that's what I recommend.
It's
You should kill yourself. And man, we got a rope right here. And we got a rope.
not bad.
Got a rope. There you go.
What kind of friends are you? I just, in that case, I is gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself right now.
The paintbrush.
That's all there is to it.
Ugh. So yeah, he doesn't have a neck, so he'll be fine. That's the joke that they're about to do in 2 seconds. Boy, howdy.
You stupid bastard. He hasn't even got a neck.
Yeah, look at you up there hanging there.
This kind of thing maybe they wouldn't do nowadays.
I already said
Like, yeah, just
Okay.
kind of,
I have a neck of any description. In fact, I ain't got an esophagus. Oh, diddle die damn. I'm gonna be up here for some time.
okay, like, if any time we'd go like, "Ugh," it'd be like right now, right here, that little joke. You know, like, that's pretty, crash just for the sake of it, huh? Well, some parts of this game are like that. Don't worry about it. We can step on these eyes, which, are still alive, if you were wondering. Ugh. So, yeah, basically a bunch of stuff happens, and we sort of wander around and it continues to happen. And that continues to be the case for most of the game. The story is throughout just he's trying to get home. So why he's going into the barn, you know, why he enters Sloprando remains to be, don't worry about it, I guess. Don't think about it that hard. Maybe he's thinking there's like a secret passage in the barn that leads to his house. And it's not so out of whack. There is a secret passage thing.
Always ignore me. Hey!
Oh. What do you want?
Do you know, in my own country, I am a king.
Yeah, you mean Windy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That bitch threw me out. Apparently the hive keeps getting stolen. Well, I don't care. I couldn't fit in the thing anyway. You seen how fat she is? Bitch. Now I'm reduced to the states of a bum.
Well,
A lot of these characters are just assholes. You know.
Like the rest of them. I ain't gonna tell you about the big-breasted babe then.
The big what?
Thought that might have got your attention. She's lovely. That's why the wife kicked me out. All I want to do is pollinate her. Oh, she's got stigmas like you wouldn't believe.
What do you mean? I thought you said you had big...
Yeah, over there, behind us.
The
Hang
big,
on a second. Breasts.
big-breasted sunflower.
Yeah, what did you expect it to be? She's a sunflower with big breasts. I'm a bee. Stupid bastard.
Okay, I'd like to get offended now.
Sorry. You gotta help me out, buddy. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well...
Just how nonchalant they are about, like, yeah, there's a sunflower with big breasts. What do you want? It's anthropomorphized.
Just, yeah.
That used to mean something else, by the way. Sussed as in figured out, not sus as in the modern meaning. Anyway, let's talk to, the big-breasted sunflower.
Hey, can you help me out here? There's a guy over there, he said he wants to... Something to do with stigmas. Not quite sure. Pollinate you? Sounds a bit strange, but...
Go away. Ooh, that big tail of yours is far too tickly.
No, you don't understand. Hey,
Get that big, long, hairy tail away from me.
I'll suit yourself, then.
Be like that.
So you gotta get some 5 Bs. That's the task that we have been given. We gotta collect 5 Bs.
Hi, guys. Oh,
5 packs of bees. Flocks of bees.
Tickle, stop it. Tickly bee. You're pacifist. And you only like to tickle bees. Ticklish flowers. Like sunflowers, maybe?
There we go. They've explained it. The indicator on screen already indicated it was the thing. So, you know, that all said. So, Deltarune, that's going great. Gonna dive into the next 2 chapters soon. Maybe tomorrow? We'll see. I love how those chapters are all pretty short and self-contained, but I did go real late last night trying to do both of them in one night. I should try to get to sleep at a good time instead of just going real fucking hard. Ah, what the fuck? Okay, that's not how physics works. So, apologize to me, Conker, Live and Reloaded. I wonder if that's how it works on in the original game. You know, Bad Fur Day. Maybe one day we'll find out. Or maybe I'll forget entirely. And maybe it'll happen to me again. Who could fucking say? Maybe I'll have learned my lesson. Won't try. I bet it, you know, it's more likely it would work here than it would. It's less likely to work in the older game, right? That would track. That would follow. Let's do another card. Been playing Mario Kart World. Yeah, so I think I mentioned on the last couple streams over the weekend I finished. I finished the single player modes. I got all the, not all the single player modes, mind you, but I got the Prixes, the Grand Prix, all squared away, beaten, etc. And with that behind me, I've been mostly just wandering around the open world, which is a lot of fun in a, no thinking kind of way, in a light and fun sort of way. And also been, playing a bunch of the knockout tours. Oh crap, I lose them when I fall in the water. So there's no bees up here, so this was pointless anyway, unless... What about over there? That's where we came? Maybe. Been doing a bunch of the knockout tours online. That's those are super fun. that mode rules. Turns out you can just ignore those guys a good portion of the time. Well, this is... what? That was something. I think a little later that becomes a thing, maybe. I forget. But for now, it's nothing, so let's keep on going. Back to square one as far as the bees are concerned. That's not great. Let me on. The... God. What the hell? There we go. Yeah, Mario Kart World is extremely good. I'm loving it, in fact. Specifically, those two things, right? Like, I would say, like, oh yeah, you know, if you talk about the Prix, right? The Grand Prix, like, no, those are nothing special, right? Like, going through the Prix, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm just playing against bots. I'm just trying to get a good, decent time and unlock the things that you want to unlock. Like, yeah, that's good, but, like, you know, it's online where that game really shines, right? Whether you're talking just like, oh, I'm gonna do some random versus matches where, you know, you'll see routes that aren't in any of the Prix, for instance, because people are just, like, voting on which map to go to next, and that randomized map wandering around the world will just so happen to send you new places, which is fun. Which is good and fun and all. There's two. Need three more. I think there's some by the cheese. I like the versus mode, but the knockout tour mode is my favorite. Just as so far as, like, it's fast-paced, there's, like, incredibly interesting stakes at, like, every leg, and as it, like, narrows down, you know, Battle Royale style, it's just so compelling and great. It's like a better F-Zero 99 is exactly what it is. And since things are so rubber bandy, and so, like, oh, you know, no one is out of the race until they're literally out of the race, you could literally pull a comeback at any time. You know, you could literally be in first and then drop right at the wrong time. You know, it's compelling in that way. You're always just, like, locked in, even if you're in last place, and just wondering, like, okay, well, can I do it? Will I even survive this God damn it. Fuck you. Will I even survive this round? I was hoping that would maybe open the gate, but nah. You can beat those guys with patience. That's hard. Patience. No. Isn't the... I don't have, like, tons and tons and tons of that. I'll admit. Good, okay, we jumped over, and now we got 5 out of 5. We just have to get past these guys. I am enjoying the hell out of Mario Kart World. The parts that are great, I continue to spend time with. And, you know, I think that for, like, for shows that you have to pay a lot of attention to, right? Like, the open world part is pretty key, you know, insofar as, like, oh, it's just sort of wandering around aimlessly, lightly. You can pause at any time and it's fine and cool and encouraged, in fact. You know, versus like, you know, Knockout Tour is really if you have like a TV show that you know, you're not gonna have to mess with the... Yeah, those are big tits, alright.
There you go. She's all yours.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm going in. Wish me luck, fella.
I'm going in. That's a good joke. The look on Conker's face. That's like a top 5 sex joke.
Cheers, little fella.
Like up there with MacGruber's sex scenes.
Conker, honey, fancy going for a bounce?
A bounce. Okay. Now this is what I call a platform game.
Oh, that got me. I feel like the weird thing about this is that every time, if ever I'm laughing, it's like one of those movies where you gotta, you know, it's like a really bad movie that you're watching. Not to say this is really bad, it's just aged a little bit. You know, I feel like I gotta be like, yeah, okay, it got a laugh out of me, there you go. With the...
Here we come.
Just the crudest fucking bullshit imaginable. Just like, yeah, no. A good sex scene, you know, that's, yeah. You know, some people say that there's no reason for sex scenes to be in any movies or games whatsoever. I disagree. Clearly, that was well justified right there. We had to, not see, but we had to hear that to relate to, you know, Conker's, uncomfort. What the fuck was I talking about? Mario Kart World is good. And I like it a bunch. Alright, you gotta deal with the bats. I forgot about the bats. So, the context-sensitive move in this case is fire. So, you just, you know, flamethrower to protect yourself. Can we just leave? Yeah, we can. If we fall, we leave. Okay. Wondering, like, what do we do then? That guy's a big, tough fucker. I just like jump over all these and not deal with the bats at all? Yeah. Yes, I can. So we're trying to get him down now. Because, of course we need we need a pitchfork to deal with the giant hay monster that has been unleashed.
What'd you do that for? Dumb shit.
Yeah, dumb shit. Yeah.
Why is it you have to repeat everything I say?
I don't repeat everything. Do I?
Yes, you do, actually.
Oh, sorry.
What? Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. I was
So now we're friends.
I've heard a little neck. It was like one of them new executions you hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we gonna do about this?
Wait, do those guys just have, like,
What do you want to do?
executioner hoods?
I'll do anything for you.
I remember that gag. I didn't notice that they had it for that split second.
Just a second.
What are you doing? Get off me!
So, what exactly did you have in mind?
Well now, just hop on the back here.
So now we
and
fight
we're
this
gonna
guy.
Go for a ride.
Yeah, okay, but don't get any funny ideas now. This is purely a means to an end.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright then. That's fine. That was a fine thing to say. So we pitch. We're really close to dead. So, as we pitchfork, we'll find out, like, oh, it's a robot. This is a parody of Terminator. The Terminator.
Fuck you, asshole.
You couldn't say asshole, but you could say ass. That doesn't... I don't know, I think of those two words as being roughly the same. I guess the whole is particularly like, you know, worse than just the ass. You could show an ass, parts of an ass on television. But the whole itself, no way. You cannot show whole on television. So maybe the logic is it's the same way with the word. But if it was butthole, that would be allowed, no?
Oh, no.
What's up,
Microsoft, you're like, which word's the bleep logic?
Yeah, that was a piece of cake.
Doesn't make sense. Also,
Change?
definitely games were allowed to curse on Xbox from Microsoft after this point, right? Like a lot of them.
Susie 9mm.
I'm right here, sweetie pie. You just tell me where to shoot.
Let's go. I believe this is the end of Barnyard Boys. Pretty much. Do we even need this guy anymore, or is it just a matter of just... Okay, yeah, do ride the guy. But I do believe, like, the gameplay right now is just cause him to shoot some pipes. Also, he's kind of slow. And by kinda, I mean very slow. How about another card? I've been playing Hitman Switch 2 version. End up playing more Hitman on the Switch 2. I had some issues with that on the Thursday stream I did last week, that there were some bugs. But since then, it's been perfectly fine, you know, not exactly an ideal version of that game as far as frame rate, graphical fidelity, anything goes, but it runs. It super does run, and, you know, for a Nintendo Switch game, that'd be asking a lot for a Nintendo Switch game, and, no, I give credit. It's the same game, but on Nintendo Switch 2, as you got on, like, Xbox before, and yeah, that's good, I guess. I don't know. It's a damn good game, I'll say, like, replaying it again through, like, this new thing. I have none of my unlocks, which is kind of a shame, since they are all really good. Do we have to, like, lure him into the water or something? I don't know what we do here. Probably lure him into the water or something. Yeah, let's... hang on. There's like a thing on his back. There we go. Malfunctioning, so he'll show us his button. His... Oh, we gotta jump and hit it. Context sensitive. One of those context sensitive bits. Ooh, bit tired. Need to sleep more. Like I said, was up late playing Deltarune. Hitman's great. It's a great game as a podcast game, and that makes it a great game as a Nintendo Switch 2 game to play on the couch.
No. What's up, little squirrel fella? We showed
It is, though, definitely sad that I don't have, like, my lockpicks and my, like, hacking tools and the other items that I've gained over the last 10 years of playing the Hitman games on Xbox, but I'll earn them back one by one, I suppose. Not a big deal. Here we go. Yay! You lost an arm. Ooh, that's good. What we're looking for. We got on his back. Now we have to go to another. Isn't that the same sound effect as the yeah, that is the same sound effect as Sonic Adventure. Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet's fire attack thing. What do you know? Well, you know, I'm sure they reused a lot of stuff back then. Why not? That's a very particular sound. That noise. Last one. Let's go. Hitman's really good. I'm enjoying it. For sure. Oh, he broke his leg. Okay, so he damaged it. He, like... That's why we have to ride this fella. Because we literally can't go very fast without him. Didn't realize that. Hit the thing, walk over here, thank you. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Rule 3, that's it. I think we just have, like, an escape sequence now. Why is this under the barn? This shaft? Full of pipes? I don't know.
Definitely showed him that time. Hey, Frankie.
Oh no, Frankie. This is like the end of Mario Sunshine. Except it's before Mario Sunshine, so maybe this is where they got the idea.
Look too good. You may be alright.
What do you mean, alright? Look at me. I'm broken in two. I'm just firewood from now. They'll be using me as toothpicks before you know it.
No, you'll be alright. Come on.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I got an idea. Okay.
Duct tape, yeah.
Hey, hold still.
Yeah, kinda works.
There you go. Good as new.
It kind of feels alright. It ain't so bad after all. What do you think?
Yeah, looks great.
What do you mean?
Oh, looks great.
You know, thank you, Mr. Squirrel. I think that of all the people in the world I've ever met, you has got to be the most generous, kindest, nicest, loveliest guy.
Okay, yeah, no need to get sentimental.
See,
Anyway,
people
we
like...
gotta find a way out of here now.
People in this universe like Conker? Like, he's like a friendly guy, almost.
Yep.
He's kind of friendly.
Oh,
Helpful.
Anyway, Mr. Squirrel, I've gotta go. See ya.
Like, everyone else is an asshole in this. Conker
Suppose I'd better stop
is
swimming.
sometimes a smart ass.
Don't like the look of those wires.
But I don't know if that makes him an asshole. I don't know. Smart ass and asshole. Two close things. A wise Alec. Where's the thing I need to climb up on? I don't see any fucking ladder. Where's the fucking ladder? I guessed correctly. As far as which pipe had a ladder behind it. Lucky me. Do another card while we're just, you know, escaping. Playing a little Wind Waker. Yeah, so that's one of the GameCube Online games, GameCube Classic Collection games. And, indeed, I've been going through that and giving it a good old go. I started it relatively recently, like last couple of days or so, and now in the present I'm about to start the first dungeon, which is nice. There's a aha, please have that be it. This water is swimmable now. Good. That game's great. Has a very slow start, though. I'll say one thing that's interesting, which is that on Nintendo Switch 2, you can remap the controls. So, I realized I could remap left and right C to, like, flip around to, like, invert the X-axis, which, you know, it's sort of X-inverted on Wind Waker. Turns out that if you want to look right, you need to push left, and vice versa. So I reversed the two, which was great until I played a song, at which point, like, oh, right, I gotta remember it's all mirrored. That's weird. You know, if not for the way music worked in that game, it'd be good to go, just like, it'd be entirely good to go. Okay, I guess we're good. Anyway, Wind Waker's still one of the best. Best of all time, one of the games I am playing on my Switch 2. Looks really sharp. While I'm just talking Switch 2 games, I do have one more that I can just touch on really quick, which is that I finished Welcome Tour, and I liked it. I thought it was interesting. More interesting than fun, of course, but very interesting, full of things I didn't know about the Switch 2, and, you know, insights into the development process of the whole thing, which I think is super interesting, and the interactive parts were a bit of fun on occasion as well, though it could be a little bit hit or miss, and, you know, whether or not the features will pan out like HD Rumble 2. Like, yeah, HD Rumble 1 was a thing, and that was kind of a lot of nothing. You know, HD Rumble 1 was hyped up as this big thing, and then it turned out to be basically nothing, so, I don't know. I also did think it was funny, you know, I'll say, like, there is a part of the thing where it's like, okay, you know, it starts off on the Joy-Cons, right? Joy-Con islands going into the Joy-Cons. And, you know, then you start getting into other stuff like, okay, we're going to the dock, and it's like, ooh, that's actually got relevant and interesting stuff in it. Like, oh, did you know it's curved so that it's easy to, like, you know, get in on the release things so that your fingers aren't blocked when you go in to release the thing. It's sort of curved like this, so your fingers will be like, so it's not in the way of your fingers. Which is like, oh, that's kind of smart. Okay, there's like a tidbit or two there. Then you get to, like, you know, Nintendo Switch 2 Wheel Island, and you're like, ha ha ha, those wheels have always been silly. Those wheels have never been a good idea from the Wii on. You know, I think I have one of those Wii wheels from Mario Kart Wii hanging around, but the Switch and Wii U versions of that? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those were, not worth getting. But, you know, I'll admit, hearing about the process that went into it, it's like, okay, well, sounds like you had some engineering designs to, challenges to overcome, making this as good as you can. I just think it's, you know, inherently poor as a concept. Overall, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, just generally, it just doesn't work. The idea of using motion controls to drive a car, that's just inherently a miss for me. Inherently a miss for me. And I have not used tilt control. If you use tilt controls, let me know. If that switch wheel or switch 1-2 wheel appeals to you in any way, say so. I like stick controls for Mario Kart. I am not unique in this. This is fairly normal, I believe, as far as preferences go, control preferences go. Still, was very interesting. Lot of good stuff in there. The only thing I wish they went into... We have 0 lives, so we better watch out. Or else we'll get, like, an actual game over and then have to just actually continue. I don't know. We'll be fine either way, but... watch out. We should watch out. I will say, I wish there was more detail about the control sticks. You know, there's been all this talk about Hall effect and like, the fact that, like, oh yeah, you know, this type of design that Nintendo's going with, apparently, you know, is perhaps a problem. And these aren't... Fuck. So... okay, yeah, we just get a game over screen. Okay, cool. Missing Conker the squirrel. They haven't, you know what, they haven't explained, like, why exactly, what fate awaits Conker if he loses. Okay. So, you know, we'll get into that later. For now, just know, like, yeah, if you die, you're gone, and no one knows what happened to you, I guess. It's not important. I thought it was quite interesting and quite good, and I'll say, like, I'm low-key sitting here going, like, yeah, that was, so far, one of the best things I've done on the Switch 2 so far, and it is also exclusively the home of all the mouse gimmicks you can do right now. You know, it is exclusively the home of, all the mouse minigames that you can do on the Switch 2 are in Welcome Tour, so if you want to try that out, that's where you have to do it. Like, it's home to one of the couple of, like, demonstrations of the camera, other than Game Chat, which I still haven't tried, is Welcome Tour. The one thing is, I wish they had more things to say about, like, oh, how we've re-engineered the control sticks, considering, like, I'm pretty sure the way that you did it turned out to be a massive problem to you. So how exactly did you re-engineer it to, like, fix the problem, if not just going for Hall effect? I mean, I'll say with the magnets, there is a chance that, like, oh, Hall effects might not have worked because of magnetic interference from the way that they attach. But also, you know, on some level, I believe, like, yeah, no, I believe that you could make it work non-Hall effect style using regular stuff. And I'll also note, like, yeah, you know, control sticks have been working like this forever. You know, this controller isn't Hall effect, and I've had it since I got an Xbox Series X, and it's been 1000% fine. Mind you, I don't play it as much as the Switch, You know, just in general, the Xbox gets a little bit shorter shrift than the Switch does. So, you know, maybe that's a factor. But, like, you know, the 360 had these. The maybe even the GameCube. I don't know. Like, basically everything relatively modern has had these, and only the Switch, it's been a problem. So hopefully they just made regular joysticks that are, like, reasonably durable. But, like, if that's the case, you know, you really could have had a part in Welcome Tour where you explained that and put me at ease. You know, instead they just said, like, oh yeah, they use basically the same technology as before. But, you know, they didn't say that. They just explained how it worked, and... The fuck? What are you doing in Barn Boys? Creepy horror doll. You clearly belong in another chapter of this game. This is Barn Boys, the silly chapter with, talking pitchforks and like, robot hay. And horny bees. And, you know, big-breasted sunflowers. Spooky dolls? I don't know. This is an addition in Live and Reload version. To be clear, they did not have these in the original game. That's for damn sure. I can just ignore this fella and just exit the level. I believe we're done. Barn Boys is completed. What exactly did we achieve here in Barn Boys? I think the canonical thing is just literally you killed some time. We killed some time in Barn Boys there, and now we can head to Sloprando. If we had gone there in the first place, we would have gotten a, we would have found out that we needed to come back at this point. It's Sloprando! This is, the Poo Land. It's, 9 o'clock, nearly 10. We've been going around an hour and a half. Fantastic. Okay, that's a good pace, I think. I reckon we'll get through Sloprando tonight. Then, maybe call it there. At the pace we've been going. Sloprando is... I want to say it's exactly what it sounds like, but that doesn't sound like much. It's a land made of poop. There's dung beetles. There's a mountain of shit. Look over there. That's a mountain of shit right there. That's shit. Ants. Was it this way in the original? It's wet shit. Look at that. It's, I don't know how to describe that. Let's talk to the dung beetles. It's dripping. That's a good word for it. Dripping.
Better hurry up. What are you looking at?
Unnaturally drippy.
Nothing, sire.
Good.
I think it would have dried out by now in the sun.
I think I can hear him.
Eureka! Eureka! I found it! I found it! Yeah, yeah! Here it comes! My lord! Ha ha! So, never guess what? I think I have found the problem. Now, we have here, if you look...
Yeah, so this is the explanation.
If you analyze the table closely, as
I was talking about Welcome Tour. Yeah, there's a gap. We all knew this. They really like, this is important, actually. We should let him finish the thought.
What happens? We have the fulcrum here.
What fills the gap is the question.
Problem, not good. Milk falls off because of a gap. Yeah, that is what is the problem. The gap.
I think I see. And the solution?
Now this is where it gets complicated. I was mulling over what would fit in the gap. I tried many things. I tried elephants, pot plants, many things. But the one thing, and I was sure of it at the time.
I wonder how much of this was written versus just
Sure enough, it was.
certain versus just like improvised.
Squistelius. To use the proper vernacular. To the layman,
Who can tell,
the red,
right?
this red squirrel.
Like, all the voice acting at this time was just whoever you could trick into the booth. Developers, in other words. The fur effects are turning off and on. That's unsettling.
So,
So it's a simple, Malish. We need a squirrel. And we put him.
So, like, Conker is literally just played by the main developer.
gentlemen,
So he's after us so he can use us as a table leg.
one of these.
Red squirrels.
Yes.
What about ones that are taller, like Barry? Barry's pretty tall. You know, I guess she's a gray squirrel, and gray squirrels are taller. Except not all of them. Or any of the multiplayer squirrels,
How you doing?
red squirrels? I don't know.
Come in now. Yeah, sit down. What do you want? Oh, this place really smells.
Don't worry about it, it's not
Well,
important.
they're like dung beetles and you roll the poo around. Knows what for. Oh, really? If you want some poo,
We don't want any poo.
get your ass in there. There's these cows. Get them in there. Get them to crap, and I'll make you a bowl of poo. And you can do what the hell you like with it. Go on your break. You still here? That. Oh, charming.
It is charming. Let's do this. We gotta get some poop. You know, it really says something that these guys are the shittiest part of this. Despite, you know, it is literally shit that we're waiting around in. And I'm fine with that. I'm less fine with these guys that they added in the remake here. They're just annoying to fight. Before here, in the original game, you landed in shit, and then you just sort of, you know, walked forward. They had to get fancy with it. They had to add a little extra. Motherfucker. Motherfucker! They are just some of the worst enemies anyone ever made. The grunt bots from Nuts and Bolts are also up there, as well as the tin tups from Banjo-Tooie. I guess I should say, as far as enemies that Rare has done in particular, I'm sure there's worse enemies that I could think of, but like, you know, a lot of enemies. When I think about enemies, Rare stuff comes to mind first, so like, I'm not necessarily thinking about like, oh, the Chozo ghosts, who are absolutely in that upper echelon of like, fuck those guys. Is a Mount Rushmore of like the most annoying enemies in games that I played? Like, are 3 of those Rare games? Well, these guys are definitely in there. As are the Chozo ghosts. Gruntbots maybe. And the Tin Tops probably don't make the list in exchange for, I don't know.
Yeah, you.
I'd have to think about it.
Friendly type. I'm looking for some poo. I know it sounds pretty strange, but... Oh. Ugh.
Red, yeah.
Red. I don't like red.
So this is another part where you trick a guy to hit a thing by dodging out of the way.
Take it, he doesn't like red. What? I don't see anything red around. Oh. Here we go again.
More of an orange than a red. Alright, what we need to do... I think we need to start by doing some light platforming. Final thoughts about Welcome Tour. I feel like people give it a lot of shit. And fair, it should not be money, it should be free. And I think if it was free, it'd be a slam dunk. As a $10 thing, it's like a museum. It's like a, one of those show you the behind the scenes thing. I paid for those before. You know, like Karateka, making Karateka, or the guy with the llamas, Llamasoft guy, Jeff Minter story. I paid for those before. I think that Nintendo Welcome Tour is better than both of those. Maybe that's not the highest bar in the world, honestly. But
Now, logic would denote that something that drinks that is gonna get the screaming squith.
that is what logic
Strangely like a target, and there we have a bowl.
dictates, yes.
Yes. I think
I
that-
get it as well. We both get it. They outshitted the shit. With those enemies. Which is quite the accomplishment. But, we could kind of ignore most of them, so it's fine, and once we get to the later parts, it's gonna be better.
Ah, a cow. Now that could be useful. Right. This looks like it needs a little bit more hands-on control. He's a bit of a wild one. That time again, is it? No,
Bugger
it's
Lugs is a
lovely
good
right
name.
there. Oh, well. Oh, there's a nice little patch. I think I'll have a little bit of grass. Moo.
Moo, yeah.
Need to get her over there somehow.
Probably with the bull. Or maybe... How do we not take damage here? There's shit on the ground right there. I mean, we've already been, like, waiting around and shit, so it's probably not... You know, it's a little too late to be worried about getting shit on us. But... I'm gonna try not to step in it.
Stop your nonsense, young man. Goodness me. I'm quite lost my appetite now. I'm gonna go for a little meander over here.
Not a bad thing that you can get for $10. They should have made it free. Maybe eventually they will do when it's less, you know, when it's not the only mouse gimmick game that exists. And I hope they will. I hope they'll make good. And, make it something that everyone can enjoy and, you know... I guess if you're not interested in that sort of thing, if, like, a Nintendo museum doesn't sound appealing to you, then you wouldn't necessarily... There's just a butthole on screen. You can see the butthole really... You know, this is... Goddamn. That's just...
Oh, I say, this is far from dignified.
Yeah.
I hope Mavis and Olive don't
You can
that
see it.
They'll never get end of it.
How many other buttholes in video games are rendered quite so...
Oh, I'll just stay here for a while.
Clearly.
Just in case, you never know.
Christ.
Looks like he's just about ready to go.
That's, not great. Not great! I mean, I'll say I don't like looking at cow asshole. Especially when it's shitting. Like, no, not for me, thanks. Not my, cup of tea. As, the British would put it, you know? South Park games? South Park games. Yeah, I can see that. Those are always from, like, the side, though, a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily quite, as explicit. But, you know, if we're talking, like, iconic poop characters, like, you know, it's Great Mighty Poo, who is coming up. And what's-his-face from South Park, Mr. Hanky. Like, those two are basically it for iconic pieces of shit. And maybe like a third joke from South Park, you know, or a second joke where someone is literally shit. But, you know, that's
Whoa!
more of a joke than like a reality. I'm nearly dead, so I should eat some chocolate. Or oh man, this chocolate is in the shit area. It's in the area that's like crawling with shit. You gotta just look askew at Sloprando chocolate, right? Like, look at these drips. These are dripping right near the chocolate. You don't... Surely... These chocolates have been contaminated. I would not eat these chocolates. I mean... They're so large. Maybe you could do some nonsense where it's like, okay, just, you know... shave them. Just, like, cut them in half. The inner parts are surely good, right? You know... Can this chocolate, like, sink into the foundations of the chocolate? Can the shit sink down into it? Maybe you don't take chances with that, one way or the other. No. I would not take that risk. No way. No fucking way. Don't eat Sloparando's chocolate, folks. Contaminated. Christ. It's not touching the ground, it's hover chocolate. But, like, that's... Don't think that's good enough. I don't think that makes it quite safe. He does just kill some cows here. Which, you know, is pretty normal. I mean, it's... I eat steak. So I can't... I can't poo-poo him on that account. But it is, they are, like, sentient and stuff, so... It does seem like a bit of a asshole thing to do. For sure. He could care more about his fellow man. Conker could. Just a little bit. Right, Conker, or South Park does have literally, like, some stuff where you go inside an asshole in like, the show or whatever. You know, some colon, large intestinal stuff that's pretty explicit. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a South Park game that did some Bowser's Inside Story type stuff and literally had, like, that material directly referenced. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, come on! He was walking! That had to be the last one. Oh my god. The prune juice is still there, though, so that's good. Maybe we didn't lose our progress. Let's find out. Okay, so no, we're back to square one here. Can we just trick him? No, we can't trick him. We have to literally ride him into the thing.
Yeah, cool.
We have to ride him into the cow. Not good that we're taking hits. Here's another card. Switch to week 1 thoughts. Yeah, it's time to have a wrap-up thoughts on the Switch 2. I think it's fucking great. I love this I love this damn thing. I think it's beautiful. I think it has, like, great feel. The Joy-Cons, like, popping them in and out is really just feels real damn good.
up, you nonsense young man. Goodness me.
You know, just doing
Quite
this
lost my appetite now. I'm gonna go for a little meander over here.
feels really great. I wish I had more excuses to do it. Honestly, I don't really. I really don't have the opportunity, the reason to just, like, snap them in and out. And in fact, it disrupts my, playing it handheld style to just, like, pop out the things. Pop out the things and go like, okay, you have one controller connected. Well, that's on me then. I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Whatever. I think the hardware is lovely. I think that it has, like, power enough to spare. At least for first-party games, you know. The end of games looking like absolute dog shit is, here, basically. Ideally. We'll see. We'll see what, you know, how things go into the future. I'm very optimistic, and I think that is a very promising, like, start to the generation, and I'm looking forward to more games hitting. You know, it is very early, like, there hasn't been that much chance to do, like, hoping to get, like, a soft dismount there, using the thing. There you go, she's ready to go now. Maybe you only get a soft dismount when you're, like, coming off the cow. There we go. Okay. Oh, come on, Hitbox. Get some more chocolate. I think it's lovely. I'm having a great fucking time with it. Really enjoying, like, how the Joy-Cons, like, stay put now. I believe that a lot of the features that they put together, like, you know, the new Joy-Cons, the, from what I've heard, the game chat is great, and it works really phenomenally well. You know, it's comparable to, like, having a headset. Like, one of those things. You know, you don't have to have a headset to, like, play with people online anymore and have the audio sound, like, decent. Is what people were saying, like, first impressions wise. Like, people seem genuinely impressed, even if they're not, like, raring at the bit to go, like, okay, well now I'm gonna have a bunch of hangouts on Nintendo Switch 2. Like, it sounds more like a theoretical thing so far, and for me, that is definitely the case. Like, none of my buds have been like, okay, let's go, it's time to have a hangout sesh. I hope that there is some coming out. Like, yeah, I want to use the damn camera that I bought. You know, maybe eventually when I do a Mario Party, you know, there's going to be that new mode with the Mario Party. That's... seems like it's going the distance and using the camera for some wacky shit that, is easy to appreciate. I almost slid right into the shit. I think those features are really smart and give it something that even, like, the modern day, like, Xbox and PlayStation. God damn it, come on, really? Even the PlayStation and Xbox don't have. Just, like, the slightest leg up for those that are interested in going through, you know, Nintendo for their stuff. And I guess it's worth noting that, like, for once, Nintendo seems to have, like, a good social product. If you give a fuck about that, which, you know, we already have Discord, so we don't really... People don't use like, Xbox online stuff anymore quite so much. You know, that's just not how we do as adults. And that's fine, you know, it is what it is. But I think it's a great feature, and I want to try it out at some point. What else? Everything's great. I've been having a great ass time with it. I think they've done a hell of a job, And for me, it is worth the amount that I paid. And also, I'm sure, like, over time, it'll become, you know, even for those... The thing about this is that, you know, you gotta wait until the generation starts, you know? When you're an early adopter, it's not really a question of, like, is it worth $500 to play, like, you know, Astro's Playroom? Like, on some level, no. On another level, yes. Astro's Playroom was the best game that was one of the best games that the PlayStation 5 ever got, for what it's worth, but on another hand, like, no, you're buying it because you know that over the next 5-10 years, you'll play many games on it. And yeah, over the next 5-10 years, I'm gonna play many, many games on the Switch too, and I have total confidence in that. Total confidence in Nintendo making that work. Okay, we beat it. Fantastic.
Seems to be filled up with poo. That should do it.
Kickstand's great. Lovely piece of hardware. Really been quite enjoying it. Playing all sorts of stuff on it. Speakers seem fine. You know. Gotta hand it to Nintendo. They've done good. This is exactly what I was looking for. Pretty much. And I hope third parties can get their crap together and make good looking games on it. You know. Do performance patches for your old games. And when you do new games, it sounds like you can upscale 720p for 4K and it'll look really good, so just get it to 720. If you can only do like 480, that's not really good enough, apparently. Hitman kind of looks a little bit like ass. Whatever. It's playable. At the very least, games will be playable on, It's not delicious, Conker. Come on. It's covered in shit. Covered in, like, shit water. Ugh. Oh. This is like inches above the shit. Why do we need confidence pills right now, Conker? Oh, so he can swim underwater.
Hey, I feel a lot more confident. Yeah.
I didn't even notice he was only wading in the shit water. I would not swim in shit water, even if even if I was being brave. Even if I swim in regular water sometimes, chlorinated water, usually. I've swum in a lake before, though I tried not to submerge because I was scared of the rare brain-eating virus. You know, gotta be careful about that. It's scary, isn't it? Brain-eating virus. I would honestly rather not fuck around with lakes, but my brother-in-law, he was a boat guy for a bit. He had a boat rental thing going on, so he took us all boating. Which was fun, but like, man, give me a chlorinated pool any day. Like, for sure. Anyway, Switch 2 is lovely. I am confident that Nintendo will make it worth the investment over time. And, you know, I would have paid... Honestly, I would have paid $500 without Mario Kart if they had to increase the price due to tariffs. You know, if that had been a necessity, I would have dealt with it. But, you know, that's just me. It's a price that's comparable with other handheld PCs of today. Oh, thanks!
Yeah.
You're welcome to it. Big ball of poo. Yeah, there you go. Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, let me just, where's my ball of poo? I first have to deal with this shit-ass motherfucker. Sometimes you can kill them in 2 hits. I don't fucking know. It's like the uppercut thing. It's kind of bullshit. Kind of dumb as hell. Not great. Let's roll this poop up a hill. That'll be more pleasant. I'd rather do this than fight those guys. I mean, you can die fighting those guys. As well as the stink bugs, those guys. It's hard to die rolling poop up a hill. But not impossible. Ow, that doesn't look good. But I'm fine. This guy is in the way? Where the fuck am I supposed to put this poop? Okay, this is not the place. Not yet. I have prematurely rolled my poop up a hill. I think we need to be lower and do like some sort of thing over here-ish. Please tell me this ball of poop can kill these guys in 1 hit. No, it can't! God damn it, I have to fucking... just... If we have to go that way, we just have to kill those, what would the British say? Blighters? Blighters. Like a British... That's like a British term, right? Motherfucker. Those... Fuck you! Fuck you! Is it like hitting it with good timing or something? Never got it down, and never will. Like, you know... Some people would point to the multiplayer and say, like, that's why you want to play the original N64 version over this one. I'd point to these guys, and that's it. No other reason. And I'll say, like, yeah, no, well, there's other things in this version that are better. Eventually, we'll get the first-person shooter sections, the third-person shooter sections, and it'll be better. But until then, fuck this guy. About to get covered in poop. Eat shit. Asshole. Don't worry, we got more shit where that comes from. I believe we'll have to roll the shit up the hill later on. Why does draining the lake? Got some of these steps. Like, why do we drain the lake before we can do Mighty Poo? Is Mighty Poo a little bit later? Mighty Poo might be a little bit later. Maybe we start by doing... I thought Mighty Poo was at the end of Sloprando. Perhaps you do a bunch of Sloprando stuff, and then you head over here to do, this part here? Yeah, I think... Okay, shit, I forgot this part was before Great Mighty Poo. The catfish part, where you do a robbery for these cat people. This is a whole thing.
Well, you look like you could do with a little extra, my boy.
This is another timestamp, huh? Because, yeah, this is a whole different chapter.
You're offering me cash. Okay.
Let me just check the chapter list on,
There's this awful brute
Conker
around. He's
chapters.
And he's stolen our valuable belongings. We need somebody disposable to go in and, well, get rid of him.
Me, you mean?
Well, you can't expect one of us to go.
Oh, wait, there's a Conker wiki that's not fandom
Asses to
oriented.
you, then.
Okay,
I
cool.
gotta watch out for myself.
Dear, what language?
Asses to you then. That's about as foul as Conker gets. Honestly, himself.
Let me handle it, dear. Listen,
Other than like mishearing the word fellatio.
we'll give you 10%. And that's our final offer. Now.
10%?
Yes. But one thing to remember.
Him himself. Obviously, other characters get a whole lot more dirty than just asses to you then.
The safe has a combination. Yes, you know what that means? Well, when it's not dangerous down there for us, come back and we'll open it for you. Well, good luck. Go on, chop chop, off with you.
And I'm a little...
What was that about disposable? Hey! Oh, well, cash.
I'm a little confused about this chronology. Hang on, let me show the iPhone here. I'm looking at the chapter list on the Conker wiki, which is not fandom related, by the way, which is good. Good on them. They can have... Get rid of that ad, though. That's better. Hey, official non-fandom wiki. Apparently Hangover is the first chapter, the tutorial. Then it's Windy from like Miss B, Poo Cabin, Pruned. All that is under Windy technically. Up to Great Balls of Poo. So yeah, I guess according to this, all that was Windy. Now we're heading into Bat's Tower. So that's what this is. Barn Boys was indeed that whole part that we did up front. From Marvin to Slam Dunk. And then Sloprando technically is just what's inside the shitty mountain. Technically. I wouldn't classify all that we just did with all the poop as Windy. I would say that's Sloprando. Like, that is the Sloprando part of Windy. I don't know. Then there's Ugga Bugga, there's Spooky, It's War, and Heist, and then it's game over. So, like, if we can get through Bat's Tower and Sloprando, we're like maybe halfway through, maybe a little bit less. That said, I think like It's War and Heist are like really long, and Spooky as well. Like, these three FPS parts are pretty damn long, as is Ugga Bugga. Like, maybe next time we do Ugga Bugga and Spooky, and then It's War and Heist for a third stream. That's sort of what I'm thinking right now. Just like off the dome, like looking at how far we've gone, how much farther there is, but you know, we haven't done Bat's Tower yet, so let's go do Bat's Tower, as this is called. Weird, kind of a weird name for it, you know. You'd think it'd be called like, oh, it's the part with the catfish retrieval quest, but a big part of it, frame rate is ass here. Really bad frame rate. This is the Xbox Series X. What is going on there? Ah, yeah. So that guy can't get us, which is good. The chocolate here is... Ah! I got a little too close. I just said he couldn't get us, but he can if you get too damn close. Okay. Be more careful. I should be more careful. Swimming controls are a bit assy. Hey, there's a secret room behind the waterfall. What do you know? Frame rate here is so ass. Wow. Again, this is an original Xbox game running on Series X. How come... Why did they emulate the frame rate issue so well? I wonder. kind of hard to see where I'm fucking supposed to go because it's so framey. How about another card? I've been playing a lot of old games on my Retroid. I talked about this on the last few streams, but I recently got a Retroid Pocket Flip 2. It's the other way. Got a Retroid Pocket Flip 2, which is a retro handheld. It's sort of like a clamshell shaped, where you can, you know, get basically anything up to a 3DS or like a Wii will work reliably well, and it can do Wii U and PlayStation 3 and like Switch in theory, though, you know, it's sort of a more tenuous thing. Like, oh yeah, it can do those things in theory. It just, you know, maybe doesn't do them all that well. And like, if you thought it was kind of hit or miss in the first place, which I'll say Android emulation seems like it's a bit hit or miss in the first place. I'll be honest, like definitely a little hit or miss in the first place. Then like, you know, the like higher end emulation is even more patchy and weird. I have heard there is such a thing as like dual booting. Like you can put Linux on this thing, and then, you know, that opens you up to a few more emulators, like Xbox emulator, for instance, original Xbox emulator. And I'm wondering, like, would like Dolphin and all that, would those perform better on Linux than on like the thing? There's the big guy. He doesn't talk. This guy does, though.
Why is it everybody so offensive around here?
That's the question of the day, isn't it?
You don't have to shout.
I'm deaf. Speak up.
Why is everyone so offensive around here?
Hang on a second.
That's the...
Well, hello there. And aren't you the handsome one?
Speaking of offensive, this guy is kind of, stereotype? Yeah.
Hi. And,
Just very clear. I mean, he's kind of just a posh English guy, but also, like, there's a...
Friends? And if you don't get them back, my life will be a misery. It already is.
and?
Just get them back. There's a good fellow. Ta-ta, ta-ta.
There's a joke with him that's, like, edging on, like, okay, well, you know, you know what you were doing with that voice. As far as, like, orientation goes. You know, like, well, I get it, like, you know, nice guy versus not so nice guy. That's... I did burn one bat. Yeah, so those guys are out to get me. I'm just gonna, like, you know, jump right over it. I don't need to fuck with those guys at all. This guy, on the other hand... Oh, fuck me. One thing that I forgot to mention is that when you switch into the third person, like, melee controls, it's like shooter controls. It's like switching from, like, oh, you run in the direction you're pointing, to, like, you know, more stiff, more behind the back type controls. You know, from regular platforming controls to, like, first-person shooter controls, which threw me for a loop there and fucked me up. I blame it all on that. I definitely wouldn't have fallen if not for that design decision from Rare. You might ask, hey, why are you playing this version? Well, because I thought it would be funny to put it on the list of random games I could play in addition to the regular version. And, you know, I do think it is funny to play a game that has, like... I was also hoping it'd be funny to appreciate its design flaws. I'll say, you know, we're going to get to... Probably next stream, we're going to get to Spooky, so, like, we will get to the better improved parts of this game, like, next week, week after. So, This is sort of... Fuck you. It's sort of a tonight thing that we have to deal with these fucking dicks. Kind of a tonight thing, and then next week we'll still have to do a little bit of it in Ugga Bugga, but like after that will be smooth sailing. I've been playing a lot of retro games on my Retroid. Let me just real quick go to recents and just like, you know, look over last played. There you go. So, Loco Roco tried a little bit of that. Bunch of Donkey Kong Country 2. Tried out Intelligent Cube. That's really weird. Symphony of the Night. Played a good chunk of that. Pac-Man World, why not? That seems subpar, but like inoffensive. Levels are pretty long in Pac-Man World, honestly. Some Picross DS, I figured why not. And that's actually nice to play, be able to play Picross DS on a different handheld, you know, different from my normal copy, which has pretty much all the puzzles already completed from like 20 years ago, and I wouldn't want to like destroy my save or anything, you know? I wouldn't want to do that, so that's very convenient. I booted up Jungle Climber, didn't play a lot of it. Played one level of Rocket Robot on Wheels, and made a town in Animal Crossing. And I guess that's all that's in recent. Oh no, there's another line. I tried out the Yoshi Island games that I never played originally. DS and New Island. At least DS has like the gimmick of different babies. New Island, I just don't know what the hell they were doing with. New Island, I just don't know what they were doing with that. I tried to get Jungle Beat working, but I couldn't get the controls feeling nice. I tried to make it so like, oh, left trigger one drum, right trigger the other drum, and that turns out, nah, it just doesn't feel great. You know, the question is like, how does clapping work? Which, badly is the answer. Maybe clicking the sticks would be a good proxy for clapping, actually. I don't know. Let's see. Been playing a little Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Felt like that was a good thing to try out for as far as like, you know. Felt like that was a good Tony Hawk game to play on this thing. Let's see now. I booted up Mario. Actually, no, that didn't work. I tried a little bit of Conker's Pocket Tales. That, is interesting, but not good. I tried the Game Boy Color version of Racer, you know, Episode 1 Racer. That's also not great. Very much a game that you wouldn't want to play. I started off Rayman 2 on, like, the PlayStation 2 version. I don't know about that, like, right off the jump. I don't know how I feel about that. Katamari Damacy, did a little Katamari Damacy. Katamari Damacy is fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Just let me continue. Let me continue, game. I get it. What is that? Super Monkey Ball, played a touch of Super Monkey Ball. Just a little, though. I tried out Road Rage, the Simpsons Road Rage game, but it crashed. And I think I tried it again, and then it crashed again after another short session, so I guess that's out. I'll say, some of these games, they just don't perform well. They don't, you know, go the distance, which is kind of a shame, because I would have liked to just, you know, get a handle on some of these Kirby's Epic Yarn is an example of one that just seems to crash invariably a level in. At least on the Android version of Dolphin, which, hey, maybe, like, I should try installing Linux and then dual booting and then doing, instead of doing that, you know, Dolphin for Android, do Dolphin for Linux, and maybe that'll work better? That sounds so tenuous. I don't know. I could also try Googling, like, hey, Android Dolphin Kirby's Epic Yarn, and see if there's, like, settings that people have figured out that make it work. I really don't know. And it seems... The thing about, like, retro handhelds like this is it's really a pain in the ass to get, like, basically anything working. So it's nice when something just works. Like, Rocket Robot on Wheel just works, and less nice when you boot up, like, you know, some random Nintendo 64 games you boot up and it's like, okay, Toy Story 2. Oh, the walls aren't rendering right. God damn it. The walls aren't rendering right in Toy Story 2. Played some Sonic Adventure 2, or, yeah, on the Dreamcast version. A little bit of Paper Mario, I guess. Recall. Oh, Paper Mario Randomizer. That's right. That's different. Mario Kart DS. A little bit of Banjo Pilot. A little bit of Cubivore. And, a little bit of Glover. I guess that covers it for, like, the games I played on this thing so far. Like, that's a pretty complete list, other than some that just didn't really work right. Couldn't really get running so far. There's still a ways I have to get it, like, up to speed, up to par, and that's annoying, but it is what it is. You know, that's just sort of the nature of these retro handhelds, and, you know, it's a good price for what it is. You know, it's like $220 plus shipping, you know. That's pretty reasonable for something that'll run, you know, up to GameCube, essentially. I can see why this'll, without breaking a sweat, and, you know, potentially up to Wii U with breaking a sweat. I'll say I was seeing some reports from, like, the games tester people, you know, the people who really put these things through their paces of, like, oh yeah, you can do ×2 resolution, ×3 resolution with, like, most games, and I believe them, but in my testing, like, you know, I put in F-Zero GX, and it's just like, oh, it's framey even on native resolution, so, like, I don't know if there's stuff I can do to make that work better, and it's a whole goddamn project. Whole goddamn project, this thing, but, you know, in a week where I've been, like, playing a bunch of Nintendo Switch 2 games, I've also been, you know, say, I got my fill of Mario Kart for a minute. I've also been popping that in, and, you know, it's kind of perfect because it gives the Switch 2 time to charge, which feels like it might be an issue. I don't know. Like, if you just, like, pop it out and just end up spending hours playing it. Especially spending hours playing, like, Mario Kart, in particular, you know. This section sucks, huh? Maybe I'm making things hard on myself trying to, like, just cheese it, but this looks like it should work, right? Again, it is worth noting and worth cursing the game. They did make this section worse by adding these spiky assholes. Anyway, I'm still open to suggestions for, like, what retro games I should be checking out on this thing. And I am low-key thinking, like, you know, if I could find, like, a list of just, like, okay, here's every PlayStation 2 game worth a damn. You know, maybe, if there is such a list of, like, here's every PlayStation game that is worth doing, I would legally go and acquire them all and then back them up and put them on my Retroid, you know? I would legally do that in a legal fashion. Just give me a big list. Or if there's a store where I can get them all at once, you know, if such things were possible, then I would also welcome that. You know, even with such stores, you know, it is a process getting everything and like crossing your I's and T's and making sure you didn't get any duplicates mixed into your box. There we go. We finally got up the tower. Excellent. Tell me we can just fall our way down and it's fine. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Tell me there was a checkpoint when we got to the top. Oh, thank God there's a checkpoint here at the top. Great, okay, great. Okay, I was really scared. It took us like 10, 20... Probably not that long. It took us a while to get to the top of this fucking tower. To think that a game over, a badly timed game over, could take that from me. I was scared. And concerned, and miffed, and unhappy. It's fine. It's good. We're good, folks. We gotta get these ladies and put them on these pegs.
Come on, put it on, quick. Put it on. I like it like that. Fan-tastic.
Oh, hang on. I think I got it on the wrong way round.
Black bugger, you have. What you doing? What?
This is some, you know, sexual humor. Put him on that way. He likes it like that. Yeah, the nature of a... Wait, where are the other three? Where are the other two? Where are the other two? Don't tell me I have to go back up 2 more times and pull the lever again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Oh, fuck. Fuck. That's not good. That's not... I don't like that. I think the blowjob joke... I thought that blowjob joke was funny. That's a good joke. How, like... You know... That's a good bit. But... I don't want to have to climb this tower countless times. Now, do I? Is there something above in the area above us? Like there were guys like on the crenels of the tower. Why would that be? And if we take damage coming down, we can't take damage going up. This is not great. This is not pretty, folks. I don't... Put this on again. So they're not here, right? We have to go get them. Thought it was a different color the first time, but whatever. Probably was still the green. Let's go to the top and see if that's what it is. I don't see that we have any alternative here. Fuck. a week with the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. What are my thoughts? Positive. Very positive on the Retroid Flip 2. I feel like my only negative thoughts are like just on the general state of Android emulation as an Android emulation handhelds. It seems like there are a lot of work to get together, a lot of work to like get working, and that is a bit of a shame because I would love it if it was just a lot more free, you know? Oh, I think we can. No, I thought we maybe could climb on the vine, but we can't. So that's great. It's great. As an emulation machine, I think it's about as good as an Android one of those could be. I feel like the limitation now is just like, oh, these emulators like don't have always the best of performance, the best of compatibility, and you just have to deal with it. You know, unlike say Classics Collection on Switch where everything just, you know, as much as people complain, it basically works. Whereas like this, you have to make it work and spend like at least 2 days getting it to work. And since I've been busy with the Nintendo Switch 2, I haven't really been like working on it actively. Just, you know, I have it well enough set up for now. I've just not oh, God damn it. It's better not to mess with it if I don't have to. You know, as far as like fit and finish goes, I think it's a very nice feeling device. As far as like controls go, with the addition of like a third-party grip, it's been quite nice. And I'll say like I did recently I wanted to test out the stick position with a game that requires both the use of sticks and buttons. You know, like both right stick and button. So I played a bit of Mario Sunshine on this thing, and I have found that the right stick being high, no problem whatsoever. I've been finding it to be quite comfortable to play Mario 64 on this thing. It's been no big deal, and I like that a whole bunch. I'm quite happy with how that plays and how that feels. And if I had any critique of the hardware itself, I would say like it has a bit of an audible whine to it. That was a good fall. That we didn't take any damage but one. That was shortcut. Keep in mind, we take some damage. We can fall without fall damage. I would say if I had any pieces of feedback, I'd say like one, it comes with like a weird circle on the front, which I have put a sticker over. It'd be better if I didn't have to do that, and it was just like cool by default. Had a cool design on it, maybe like a Retroid logo, maybe like this in the style of a GameCube top would be excellent. I think that'd be a better thing. Second, I do think that the Xbox style controls would be better to have on this thing than like Nintendo style controls. Just because it seems like there's a lot of software that's kind of confused on that notion, right? Like, if you look at the device, how it's configured, like default settings, A is acting as A and stuff, but if you look, it thinks it's Xbox controls, even though it's not. So, like, emulators and stuff will be all mixed up and stuff. Oh, we went all the way back to the top and that wasn't it. So what's the situation then? Are there other levers to pull? Maybe we have to go for a swim now. Maybe the swim is the key. Okay. Not as bad as we thought. It's just bad in a different way. It's just bad in the way of being unclear about where to find the second and third ones of these.
Hey, oh.
But I thought this is where we came from, and it doesn't make sense to me. Exit this place after coming in. Does it? Oh, hang on. There's like another area. There's a door underwater. Here we go. Okay, we gotta do some swimming. Okay, that's it. I knew we had to do some swimming, but I wasn't clear like, oh, I thought we got the cogs, and then we did the swimming portions. I do think that's actually how it's gonna work. Mostly with this. Like, this swimming sequence isn't as long as it's as other parts of this, so yeah, we'll do some swimming. This is like the swimming part of this game, I guess. Bat's Tower. You know, it does have the fish, so you know I can see that.
Go on, get to the one on.
They are not having a good time, but we gotta make the gear work. They are gears. Oh, it's forward to swim forward. And like it is like first-person shooter controls for the swimming. I don't think it was that way in the original. But who remembers? Oh, this is a... You can't swing the bat while you're not on the ground, so... And you can't swim the bat as someone who's on a higher plane than you, so... I gotta land. Okay, now's the time to kick that guy's ass. It's annoying. It's very, very annoying. I'll note, like, adding this to the list of random rare games to replay. For context, this wasn't originally on the list. I added it as part of the birthday stream sub goals and stuff. And, you know, a bunch of people did some amount of sub goals, and that got us to, playing this game. And, you know, I think it is funny to make me, the idea of making me play, both versions of this, and I hope y'all think it's funny too. That's all I'll fucking say.
Now go f off with you.
So now, this gear will turn as we, like, go in a circle. And that will do a thing with the dog shark. Oh, I see. It gives the dog shark a shorter leash. So we can now do the bank inside. Right, it's sort of a bank heist, except not like the other chapter called Heist. A different heist.
Shite. That's just it right
Shit
up there.
is not okay, but shite is okay.
We are free at last to exact our revenge on this evil cog. Grab him!
Alright. Well, he's been taken care of. That's cool.
Oh no! Not Mr. Big Cog.
Mr. Big Cog
That's
is a
me,
good name.
buggered. I'm
Certainly
out of here.
is.
I say, I don't know what his problem is, but I find it rather delicious. Thank you, Mr. Squirrel.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes, and I'll think you'll find that your little problem outside
Yeah, I'm not sure about
has
that,
been
but whatever.
fully taken care of.
Oh, cool.
Now, good day to you, sir.
Him liking,
Snob. What?
the joke of him being a snob, alternative to asshole version, like, that's fine though, but like,
Fun, ladies. It's the Caribbean for us.
I don't know if that's like, the gay joke on top of that. It's like, is that kosher? Is that like just, you know, nothing, you know, the game didn't say there's anything wrong with that. To be clear, not that there's anything wrong with that, you know, it didn't say that. So maybe it's in the clear? I don't know. That seems like some, risky business to me. How do I get this open? Oh, did they have to open it? Maybe we need to go back to the guys, the catfish, and say like, hey, the brute has been taken care of. I do believe that's what it is, maybe. And they're going to taunt him. No, the farther I get, the closer I get to it. Oh, here we go, yeah.
It's that squirrel person again. How are you? I see our brutish friend didn't get his victuals today.
Yeah, well, time enough for that. I need the combination. Thanks.
Oh, no, you don't seem to understand. Yes, you don't understand us.
Yeah, they're
giving away
saying some stuff.
like that just to
One last thing about the Retroid. Has a little bit of fan whine, like the fan is a little bit noisy. If you play it without sound, and also with nothing on the TV, it's gonna be annoying. Speaking of annoying, what the fuck? These fuckers again. Just what we fucking needed. Some enemies to dodge while we're, like, taking these guys to the thing. You know. They didn't have to make everything a gameplay challenge in this version. That was unnecessary. For them to be like, oh, you know, this part where you're just swimming, it's not fun, is it? Let's spice it up a little bit. It's like, no, it's fine.
Now then, ladies. There he is.
Oh, look.
Not everything has to be gameplay.
Poo to you, yes.
I'd rather have
Brute.
no gameplay than suck-ass gameplay. You know?
Oh, dear. He's bad-tempered, isn't he?
Go take care of it, ladies. I'm tired.
Let me see.
Retroids.
Yeah.
Damn good.
Open.
And I would recommend it, though I would warn that it is a big process. And, you know, compatibility and performance. Those two things are questionable across the fucking board. I'm being honest.
Hello?
Questionable across the board.
Hello? Money? Money?
There's some money.
Who the hell are you? You ain't my boss. I'm out of here. I'm swimming with the fishes.
I'm here from the
This
fishes.
gig gets worse and worse by the minute.
So yeah, there's a whole portion here where you have to swim down. I feel like this is one of the less memorable parts of this game. Up. This is like one of the most forgettable parts of this game. This whole Bats Tower Bank. You know, it's so forgettable that when you're robbing a bank later in the game, you forget that you've already robbed the bank. Or you didn't rob it, you went in and took a withdrawal from the actual bank account holders. But you forgot about it because it's been just, you know, hours and hours of other stuff, and this just... I don't think this part has much in the way of jokes. Much in the way of characters. Other than things that the money says. I mean, Conker, he's swimming, so he can't speak because he's got an air situation going on. I don't know that you can swim directly up or down. Oh, B and A do it, actually. That's fine, then. It's kind of hard to maneuver. Weird atmospheric, like, swimming section. With weird eye fish. who do a bunch of damage all at once. That's not good. Where the fuck are we going? Towards the blue? I guess? Christ. I wish I was fighting a big giant piece of shit right now. That would be really fun. That'd be really, that's exactly what I'm in the mood for right now. Big memorable set piece with a giant piece of shit. I honestly thought it was just Sloprando directly into Great Mighty Poo, but nah, you gotta do Bat's Tower first. I mean, I knew that Sloprando goes into Ugga Bugga, and Ugga Bugga, you know, is pretty far into the game. But I forgot about this whole segment with the fishes and the stuff. I guess. Swimming, when you swim up, it's like B makes you swim like up based on where you're looking. So it's not quite up. It's more like, you know, you could swim back with B if you're like looking up, for instance. Is that fish a joke that I should recognize? I think it's just a mean fish with a big eye. If that's a parody, I don't get it. I hope swimming out from and going back where we came was the right answer. We did do a thing. We did open like a door or something. The fuck? What the hell? Well, it's a load screen. That's gotta be a good sign, right? Oh, right! Yes, okay. Okay, I think that was the swimming sequence. I think we're done swimming. Right, there's the big bullocked boiler. We gotta deal with the big bullocked boiler here. This is a good bit. You know what? I gotta say, I gotta hand it to Conker. The big bullocked boiler is one of its stronger, funnier bits that holds up well. Wall humor really hasn't, like, gone anywhere, you know? Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with anything you're about to see. As far as, like, you know, it's not offensive. It's not, terribly, problematic in any way, shape, or form. Everything is just pretty chill. It's like, oh yeah, there's just this one bit. Come on, guys, start the fight already. Do you just hit these guys, or do you need to go find some water or something? Oh, there's like a poop. Be dropping poop on this guy, I guess. The levers are not down yet. Okay. And this B is not working either. These guys just want to get beat up a little bit more, don't they? Is this right? I feel like if this was gonna work, it would have worked by now. Start the battle already, guys? Come on. Oh, right. You gotta do this. Okay, we got it. You get really drunk. And now... you can use your special attack. Yeah, you heard the special attack starting. And like, yeah, no, it's like Mario Sunshine. Little bit of Mario Sunshine. You know, Mario Sunshine was after this, so again, another example where clearly Nintendo was a little bit inspired by Conker's Bad Fur Day. There's a little bit of Sunshine in this game. Except the other way, because this came before Sunshine. This is where Nintendo got the idea for Mario Sunshine. Not true. I mean, I don't know it's not true. It might be true.
Let's do the big guy. Yeah, the big.
Yeah, this is the good bit. This is one of the better bosses in Conker, and just one of the bits that has not aged a day. It's still funny. I maintain this is still funny. Not those guys. This guy.
Let me have a go. No, my turn.
You know, we mentioned the previous guy who was a bit posh.
Gentlemen, do calm down. We have business at hand.
Hey, he sounds really poncy, like an English person.
Like the joke that he's like Ponzi is fun. It is good.
Show you something.
He's just a little bit fancy, but also he has huge balls.
I see what you mean.
Balls of brass, polished to the nth degree.
Oh no.
It's a big bullet boiler. I forgot about the bourgeois part of that actually. I just think of him as a big bullet boiler. You need to get him to come over here. Then you dump some shit on him. And then he's like, oh shit. And then you go and you just take some bricks and you fuck his nuts up. You hit this boiler in the balls as hard as you can. And he's just like, oh my god. That hurts. Kicking dudes hitting boilers in the balls is still funny. It's still as funny now as it was in 2001. This I maintain. This is still humorous. That guy got shit dumped on him, and now we're going to... Wow! We're gonna just crush his nuts. Rule of probably 3 or 4 hits on him. This guy's pretty tough, you know. He takes that many hits directly to the nuts. That's pretty impressive. I don't care who you are. And those are bricks, man. Like that's gotta fucking hurt. Oh, fuck.
think we want to go that way. It's the back passage.
Oh no.
We're copied the only way out. What's this button do?
Warning. Warning. Self-destruct in 1 second.
Oh, you
Ball humor hasn't gone away. Ball humor is still funny. I think about all my balls, you know, the Idiocracy skit. That's a good skit. Oh, I think now we need to take these balls and use them to, like, weigh a thing down or something. Oh, yeah, there's a clear receptacle for balls right there. We need that guy's nuts for our purposes. To open a door. Oh, fuck you. The real boss is this guy right here. That was really fun. I really enjoyed. Oh, fuck you. Oh, this guy's like immune or something. Oh, you know what we need? We need to use the other ball and fuck him up that way. There we go. I really enjoyed hitting that dude in the nuts, and it was all easy and pain-free, virtually first try. That was the best part of the game so far. Easily. Eh? For some reason the nut left the ball holder.
Delicious. Hey, some money over here.
Alright, finally. That's the bank heist situation. Now let's deal with the ladies. And then we out.
Cash prizes.
I think now we're just on to Sloprando. We gotta do the man himself, the reason for the season, the man of the hour. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh, good lady.
Been going around 3 hours.
Oh, here's the money.
Good timing.
Now,
Yeah.
give us back our money, honey, and we'll get your $1. What? $1? Yes.
10%.
No, 10%, as we agreed. Yeah.
This is all for $10.
1, 2, 3, 10. $10.
This was way too much work for $10.
I thought you said it was a fortune. It is a fortune.
Weird that it's dollars, considering that they are British.
I'll tell you
Conker's
what,
British.
here's the new
The
deal.
developers are
I keep
British.
the lot.
Why not pounds?
The cheek. Just a minute here, you.
I guess dollars are funnier.
You know,
You'd have to do like a British voice if it was pound sterling. Versus dollars, you can do like
the
a.
money for now. I think it's time
You don't have to do an accent. I mean, I say it's an accent. Is it an accent if it's your accent? Like for the people at Rare, were they thinking like we gotta do an English accent, or they're still like, oh, it's normal voice? American accent is the accent to them. I don't know. The money does sound American. And money is a very American thing. Ah, jeez. They do live in the same water as the dog shark. So perhaps their days were always gonna be numbered. It's annoying to swim in this game, so this sequence is a little bit. Maybe easier to swim under the water versus like at the surface. Yes, this is working just fine. This is like a Jaws parody, right? Just a little bit of Jaws, just like straight up. Except that the shark is also a dog. And with that, we can get some actual money. Now that this guy has done a thing. Actual fortune right here. Money doesn't really matter in this game. You never, you know, have less than you need to do the next thing.
I'll be able to get rid of my mortgage and buy my car. Excellent.
That's, yeah, that's a lofty ambition, Conker. You have $801. I, too, would like... Well, I'd like to get a mortgage. And then, mortgage is harder than car, I think. Car is the easy part of those two. You know, they're kind of different orders of magnitude. I think it's Sloprando time. Well, that killed me. Whatever. Is that big fucking guy still there? Like, guarding the door? Or can we do Sloprando now? Let's find out. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll this shit uphill because I don't know what else I would do right here. I think we're back to Sloprando and nearly to the main event, nearly to meeting the man. And I'll say right now, right here, after we beat Sloprando, that'll be the end of the stream. We will end on about the highest note that one can end a Conker stream on. And I think that sounds good. We haven't been going that long relative to some of these streams that I have done in the past. So we can feel good about that. Oh, maybe we have to, like, jump on the poo to, like, get up high. Oh, maybe that was the thing all along. Maybe you can do Sloprando early. It's just that, you need to, like, plan a... You have to, like... You can't do it the way that I was trying it.
Hey, what about me?
Would like you money. Also, like, maybe you need to do Pat's Tower in order to get enough money to, like, get into Ugga Bugga. You know, maybe that's, like, the logic there. Maybe a lot of this has been, you know, I've been kind of wondering, like, okay, well, what was the point of anything in Barn Boys? Maybe the point of a lot of it is just like, oh yeah, it gets you money. And with money, you can pay a toll that lets you get into Ugga Bugga. Why Conker wants to get into Ugga Bugga, I'm not sure, but he does have to get into Ugga Bugga, so, you know... Oh, also, hang on, there's a path over here. Maybe this is the path we need to go down. Yes, okay, that's right. I'm remembering now. There's two paths. We went off the wrong path. I got, like, a couple more cards, all related to a very specific thing. You know, we talked about the Switch, too. We talked about games I've been playing on the Retroid. Y'all see E3, not E3 reveals? Let's talk about those real fast. I'll say, I did go through, like, the list of all the major press conferences there were. Well, at least 3 of the major ones. Yeah, yeah, you need some TNT to really make that work. I just fed him some shit and then it exploded and there we go. We've maybe opened the way in there. We might need another ball of poo. Yeah, I think we need another ball of poo now, but we're looking pretty good now. Go get it. So I went and I tried to like identify the games that I was looking forward to, and here's the ones that caught my eye. First off, there's Felt That, which seems to be like a Muppets, it almost looks a little bit Conkery insofar as it's like foul mouth, offensive, like they curse and stuff, and there's some weird shit going on in there. Like it is a body, mature rated, M-rated puppet game where it's kind of like Punch-Out with like wacky mini games in between the Punch-Outs. Like that looks extremely weird and cool. There was also Super Meat Boy 3D, which looks like about as good as you could execute that concept. Basically like a 3D world, but Super Meat Boy style, with all the like frenetic and fast pace you could expect from that concept. Third one there, also from the Xbox conference, I thought that There's No Ghost at the Grand looks incredible, looks extremely weird, and like I don't know what exactly that game looks like is on the whole, but I was really impressed by it, and I'm looking forward to it as a result. Also worth noting, Clockwork Knight, Clockwork Revolution. Clockwork Knight is a different game, one of the games that I put on my Retroid. Clockwork Revolution looks like a really amazing, like, Bioshock-esque game, and I am reckoning full well that it will be a, it'll be up there, you know, for, like, once it comes out, we will all have a good time with it. Looks very Bioshock Infinite insofar as how you, like, can rewind time and manipulate enemies, battlefield, etc. using time powers. Is any of this a hole that I put my shit in? This is the hole I put my shit in. Okay, cool, good. Lovely. Let's run through the rest of the list here that I prepared image for, just to, like, you know, fully recap my not E3 thoughts, and moreover, like, the games that I'm super looking forward to. I'll say there are some games that I saw trailers for where I went, yeah, that looks okay. But those aren't the ones I necessarily made images of, prepared ahead of time. Here's another one. That James Bond game, I saw that there was gameplay of it, and the gameplay, for what we could see, looked good. That's from the Hitman team, so, you know, I love Hitman, World of Assassination, so I'm trusting that they're gonna do good. I hope it runs well on Switch 2. I guess that's the thing I'll say about all these games. I hope they run well on Switch 2. And, you know, we could just go Switch 2 exclusively from here on out. That'd be lovely. What's that? Sorry, the chat is in the way of the image for me, so I have to move it a little bit. Oh, Atomic Heart, that's what that's called, okay. Yeah, so Atomic Heart, sequel to Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart 2, sequel to Atomic Heart. That looks surprisingly good, but I didn't care for the first game, so, you know, to be determined on that. Mina the Hollower looks great. I already kickstarted that or figged it or whatever, so don't need to say that much about that. Is that it? Oh yeah, Splitgate is in the news for all sorts of reasons, including that it was at E3 and apparently not E3, and it came out. There's stuff to be said about that. To be determined. And also, yeah, they just announced a Splatoon spin-off for Switch 2. I'm not sure what that says about the chances of a Switch 2 Direct anytime soon. Is that all of them? Oh yeah, there was a Bloodstained spin-off. Looks like Bloodstained. That looks good. It has co-op. I don't know. Yeah, that could be good. I feel like a lot of those on the back half there are just like, yeah, That should be good. Not necessarily like, ooh, I'm jumping out of my pants to like play it right now. Like, if I were to choose, it'd be like the first couple. Like, I'd say like, Felt That Looks Great. Super Meat Boy, I feel like, is my game of the show. As far as like the one that I would love to see right now. I say game of the show. There was no show. There is no umbrella under this whole thing. Keeley insists that it's him. It's not, though. Summer Games Fest is the first thing, and also whatever in-person events that exist in LA, but everyone else is doing their own thing, and they're on their own timetable. And, you know, we'll see if Nintendo does a Direct sometime soon. I hope so. I would love to see more games announced for this year, even if they do kind of have enough. Here's the final card before we get into Sloprando. Was it a good... 2 more cards, okay. Was it a good E3? I don't think it was. It was kind of, I feel like nothing really measured up to, like, say, Bonanza a couple months ago. Like, there was nothing on the level of Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4, you know, Rhythm Heaven, even. Like, nothing that really, like, really made me go, oh my god, they're finally doing it! You know, like, Xbox ended on Call of Duty, which they do every year. So it's just like, oh, okay. Do you call that a big announcement? Sorry, that's just business as usual. I don't know. That's where I stand on it. Let's, do one more. Should I try out Splitgate 2 on stream? Bit sticky, isn't it? Yeah, they had this whole, like, thing blow up on them. Guy, like, CEO man, wore a MAGA joke hat, you know, like a, make FPS games great again. And, people dug around into him and found, like, oh, he seems like he might be a bit conservative, actually. He might actually be a MAGA. And I'm not sure that's really what's going on there. And he has, like, apologized, like, today and said, like, oh man, like, come on, like, Kojima wore a make movies great again hat once in 2017, so shouldn't it be okay? I thought this was a joke that was okay. And I don't know, man. I'll say I really love Splitgate 1, and I've been, like, sort of ambivalent looking in of, like, oh, what are they doing with Splitgate 2? Seems like some people who really liked Splitgate 1 just feel like it just sort of deludes the purity of Halo at Portals. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't know when I will. But maybe I should be looking at, like, okay, like, one of these days, let's pull that up and give it a look, because, yeah, no, I should check that out. Is it on Switch too? Is it on Xbox? What's it on? I don't know. I don't know, but, like, that's something I'm thinking about. Let's go inside here and do what is actually called Sloprando in game, which is to say, the inside of,
Hey, pal, where you going?
the inside of this great big massive pile of shit.
It's really bad in there. You just don't want to go in there.
Don't go in there! It's a don't go in there situation. This is Sloprando. This is the Great Mighty Poo segment.
2 days ago. It was me and the lads. We were having a cup of tea. The next thing we know, Tez is gone. I couldn't find him. We thought,
Iconic. This is probably the most iconic part of Conker.
Basil was next.
Like, bar none.
Walking along.
This is the most famous part.
So I stood there and I said, hey, Basil, how you doing there, like, mate? And he waved over.
Not this part. I forgot that there was story time.
This thing came out of the shite. And I thought to myself, oh no, I'm getting out of this. So I had to hide first. And when I came out, I thought it was all clear. The lads are gone. The bastards didn't help me in. I'm out of here. You can do what you like. There's some money up there if you can be asked to get it. See yous.
We're gonna get some money, yeah! Let's go get some money. This'll be easy.
Sweet corn. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, it's free corn.
Some sweet corn.
Bring me some sweet corn.
Anyone? Okay. If that's what he wants.
Okay, so this guy, this giant hand is gonna try to hit us. Even though we're going to deliver him sweet corn, which is what he wants. This is another Jaws parody. This is just straight up another Jaws parody. They already had their Jaws parody, but they had to have the version of it where it's a corn and shit. Well, I must admit that's a lot more inspired than just hey, it's a shark, but what if a shark was also a dog at the same time? There's shit falling from the ceiling. That's not good. It's raining shit in here, isn't it? This is not good. Ugh! Dude, I just got you your sweet coin. Ow! Again, this is a place where you don't want to eat the chocolate. But I have to eat the chocolate because otherwise I'll die. It's a survival situation. Don't eat Sloprando chocolate. Jesus Christ. It's got shit on it. Look at that. The shit landed directly on the chocolate. A big fucking glob of shit. No amount of anti-gravity will keep that fresh and tasty. Here we go. It's time. Let's give the Great Mighty Poo his respect. Let him sing his song. His teeth are made of corn. That's a good bit. Crank it.
I am the Great Mighty Poo, and I am going to throw my at you. A huge supply
It's censored.
comes from my chocolate starfish.
Sad.
How about some scat, you little
They couldn't say twat. I can say twat. Can I say twat? I might not be able to say twat. Too late, I already did. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Is it one of those things where it's like less offensive in Britain? One of those words, you know? In any case, I'm in America, so I don't get that out. It's fine. Take it back down. Take it back up.
Have some more caviar.
Let me take it back down a scotch. Okay. I am doing this all off the cuff. You know, the audio mixer is small on my screen, and my eyes, you know, they're better, but not like better enough to read what decibel level we're at right now. It's more of a matter of legibility. On OBS, it's like light gray on dark gray, the decibel counter. Which, it occurs to me, it's not very accessible. Like, in general, even. Got him. Should we be, like, defending ourselves? Yes, we can defend ourselves. Whoa! That didn't. Why didn't that go in? That was like dead on. There we go. We got him, folks.
Now I'm really getting rather mad. You're like an niggly tiggly little tag nut. When I knock you out with all my map, I'm going to take your head and ram it up my butt.
Your butt.
My butt.
Your butt.
My butt. My butt.
And take it back down a scotch. That's probably enough. Come on, that was like right in. There we go. 2 more hits, I think. All right. There we go. Second of 3. Second of 6, actually, total. 5th of 6. 1 more hit to go, folks. Well, 1 more and a thing. You'll see. It's kind of the final hit, and also there's like a 7th. That's not the same as all these other ones, you know. You understand. Not that complicated. I am really low health. But fortunately, he has started his, singing cycle. Damn it. Looks like there's some bubbles there. Oh, come on! Oh, no! Come on, come on. Just have to go the distance. Oh, shit! Let's guess. Yeah, that's how to do it! Okay, crank it. So he just was singing really loud there. It's just we can take it back down. There's no lyrics this time. The plunger is there. Oh, the plunger's at the other side. Oh no. You have to run all the way there. We have 1 health left. This has been a tough... Fuck! Please tell me there's checkpointing. Well, looks like there's checkpoints. The music still is in the last phase. But I will say we do have 0 lives, so this would be it if we If we fail here, we likely have to start the boss all the way over again. I don't know. Maybe this game is nice. Let's not take our chances. Let's flush this fucker right here, right now. Oh my god, I was scared. Money! That's great.
Ah, you cursed squirrel, look what you've done. I'm blushing. Oh, what a world, what a world. Who'd have thought a good little squirrel like you could destroy my beautiful flagginess? Oh, I'm going. Oh, no!
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
Ha ha ha, that's a good joke. Oh jeez. I have no idea what the sound was at previously. I'll just play it by ear.
Hey, over
Guess
here.
I'll play it by ear next time too. I have no idea when it saves.
I am. You
So,
greedy bastard.
let's just jump down that passageway real fast.
Yeah, must
Maybe
bundle
pop out
it.
the other side before we hit save and quit. That was the Great Mighty Poo. That was, Sloprando. We did it. And next time, we'll be heading to Ugga Bugga to do the last section. That's not a, ew. The last section. It's not a shooter section. And, that'll be fine. That'll be good. You probably have to pay some toll. Here, look. We got into a loading zone. That's... Oh, good. One last cutscene to go off
Better have
on.
a good excuse this time. That is the last time he stands me up. Conker, I've had it just about up to... Who are you? Look, whatever it is you're selling, I'm just not interested. Well?
So Barry is in trouble.
Oh.
That'll be relevant next stream. She'll appear. It's kind of less of a big deal than you'd think. Kind of less of a big deal than you'd think. Anywho, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. We got through the early portions of Live and Reloaded, this version of it, and through most of the parts that have like the, you know, these enemies in them that are annoying to deal with, that you have to deal with using melee attacks. Like, pretty soon here we'll get a gun. Like, after Ugga Bugga. Ugga Bugga is the last section of that. That'll be next time. After that, we'll be going to Spooky, which you get a gun for. And it's a whole big thing. I think next time, we'll aim to do Ugga Bugga and Spooky, and do It's War and Heist. Stop saying things, Conker. Come on. I'm trying to sign us out. Trying to send us off here. Next time, we'll do... In fact, let's just hit quit. Let's just check and make sure we're good, right? The save is 1000%. Okay, we're good, yeah. Of course, we went through a loading zone. That's... Of course. Anyway, if we look in chapters here, you can see we did Hangover, we did a bunch of Windy, we did Bat's Tower, Barn Boys, and Sloprando. Next up, we'll be going into Ugga Bugga, Spooky, It's War, and Heist, I'm thinking, for the finale. It's War is kind of a long one, so let's not just try to continue right into It's War off of Spooky. Let's not do that. Let's save It's War for a final stream. I'll also say, I did look in here, and obviously the online no longer works, but there is, if you go into Dumbbots, there is this thing called Chapter X, where it looks like it's some sort of single-player campaign with like the online shit. Should we count this? Should this be in the agenda? We could do like some of this next stream maybe. If, like, it turns out Spooky doesn't, it turns out Uggabug and Spooky doesn't go that far. I mean, this time we did, like, three, maybe 4 chapters worth, all considering if we count the prologue. And the next 2, we're thinking 2 each, so maybe there is time to do these ones. I don't know. I don't know how long those are, or how interesting they are. But if we are replaying Relive and Reloaded, perhaps whatever Chapter X is should be on the agenda. Hell, it could be its own stream, Chapter X. I need to look up what that is exactly. Remind me tomorrow, look up what Chapter X is, Conker, Live and Reloaded. Does it have any story component to it? Or is it just... question mark? Okay, I'm gonna look up what that is, and I'll, by next stream, I'll have a plan in place for that, but I'm thinking right now, we're looking at a 3-week, playthrough of this, folks. We could maybe even do it in 2, but let's not. Nah, Witch War is really long. I know that much. Maybe 4 if we do Chapter X separately. Here's what I'm thinking, like, the calendar will be like, and you can see, like, I put some question marks behind, like, the 4th and 5th instance of Conker, because I am thinking, like, maybe we'll, not have Conker by that week, but we'll see what happens. 4 would actually suit us quite well, and that would leave me, like, would leave us, like, right off before the week where I go to, on vacation. We'll see what happens, though, in the coming weeks. We'll see how I split this up. And, as you can kind of see from the schedule, it's gonna be a lot of, normal streams for a bit. A lot of normal streams for a while now. Including these ones. This has been another random Rareware replay. Another random Rareware playthrough, but... been going well. I'm happy with our progress. Let me pull up the schedule and just talk about what's on it real fast. It's not complicated. Like I said, and like you can see if you look at the calendar, the next big stream is in July. And it's like early June, so like we got a couple weeks of just one thing and another thing. Just Conker and Mario Maker. I might try to do Splitgate if it seems like, I might try to do a stream of that if it seems like, people are feeling better about his dumb ass, that guy who just put foot in mouth publicly on air, on stage. We'll see about that. To be determined. Possible. I'll let you know in the Discord if I decide to do anything. And if it's anytime soon, it'll be soon. If it's later, it'll be later. There's been a lot of busy weeks recently between LASIK, birthday streams, Nintendo Switch 2 streams, even like the Xbox Games Showcase last weekend. I think it would be nice to spend a couple weeks just doing 2 streams a week, and that's it. Nothing complicated, nothing big. Just here's a stream. When does Tony Hawk's 3+4 come out? There might be some Game Pass games we have to play at some point. We'll see what happens, but for now, all I'm anticipating is Mario Maker on Friday, which is the next stream, and then more Conker next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Central for Mario Maker, 8 p.m. Central for Conker. And let's do 2 chapters in each of the next couple of streams. Let's aim to do 2 and 2. And we'll see about Chapter X, whether that makes sense to slip into next stream or like a stream of its own. I don't know. What the hell's the deal with that? Let me see who's online right now, and then I'll send y'all somewhere. I'm tired. A lot of people online. I'll send you the Snowbike Mike, who is a medium big streamer, a lot orders of magnitude bigger than I am, and he is someone that like Dan Reichert knows, like he's a game journalist fella. I don't actually know him that well. I haven't watched that many of the streams, but I'm following him, so I'll send you over there. That's fine. That's good. That sounds good to me. Snowbike Mike it is. He's doing Mario Kart, but only motion controls, which, yeah, that sounds like a fun gimmick. That sounds like a fun thing to try. Do people do that? Real talk, do people do that? Do people buy the Switch 2 wheel and play that game only with motion controls? I honestly can't imagine doing that other than for a gimmick. Turn it down. Okay, folks. Well, I'll see ya on I will see you on Friday for viewer levels. Look forward to that. That'll be fun. And then if you're looking for more of this, it'll be next week. Just those two things for a while. Maybe we might do some Splitgate. Maybe Tony Hawk. When does Tony Hawk 3+4 come out? There might be some stuff that I'll have to schedule, but for this week, I'm thinking just see ya on Friday. Y'all take it easy. Bye, folks. That's a stream. Oh, it didn't stop. Bye, folks.